With little fanfare, a procession enters Spoleto. At its head is a man whose regal bearing and military gait belie his advanced age. Vespasian, emperor of half the world, enters the city, and for the first time since the laurel wreath crowned his head, he looks and feels very small and very human. Upon a battlement, he comes face to face with the one who had the power and the audacity to summon him here.
You must be the leader. These other creatures stink of fear in your presence.
The creature towers over him at some 10 feet tall. Vespasian carries himself with dignity, knowing that these may be the final moments by which history will remember him. The Praetorian guards accompanying him are more visibly on edge. One whispers to the Emperor, "Caesar, something is wrong here. We've seen no sign of the levies which should be guarding this place." Having heard the man perfectly well, the insectoid creature responds,
"The ones you refer to attacked me and died by my blade."
Vespasian bows slightly. "I assure you that was not my wish. I instructed my soldiers to treat you as an honored guest and to show you no offense."
"Then it seems those under your command do not fear you enough."
Vespasian raises himself up to look the creature in the eyes again. "How shall I address you?" Rearing up to its full height, the creature effortlessly drives its glowing blade down into the stonework and rests its front claws on the hilt.
"Certic, fourth Blade Master of the Screethy Empire."
"I am Vespasian of the Flavian—"
"Your name is of no consequence. If other humans will obey you, that is sufficient."
Any man would die on the spot for such an insult to the Roman Emperor. But this is no man. "Blademaster Certic, I am prepared to negotiate a treaty on behalf of my own empire."
"I have not come to discuss a treaty."
Vespasian looks apprehensively at the sword that reportedly reduced one of his legions to ash. "You intend to wage total war, then? To destroy us utterly?" Certic emits an amused hiss.
"That is certainly within our power, but we Screethy do not destroy what we may subjugate. There is no need to spread warfare and destruction across this entire planet. The fate of your species will be decided in accordance with ancient tradition. You shall raise up your greatest champion, and they shall face ours. If the strongest human is still weaker than the Screethy, then you will fall under our control. That is only natural. The contest shall take place here on your Earth. Prepare a suitable arena."
I see. How long do we have to meet this challenge?
"Until our own champion is prepared. They shall be raised on this planet as well, and it shall fall to me alone to mold them into the perfect warrior. Thus, their battle will be the purest test of your species' innate strength against that of the Screethy."
Certic wrests his blade from the stone. And sheathes it.
"You fought well today, Trelm."
The young Screethy hunches over in exertion.
"Thank you, Blade Master. May I train on the surface this evening?" "If you wish, but no human must lay eyes on you. Never reveal your skills to the enemy before the decisive moment."
The sun dips low in the sky, casting a warm orange glow over the field in which Treln sits. This apple orchard is his favorite place, and this is his favorite time of day. Sometimes he wishes he could simply sit here forever. Sertic has told him of the great Screethy Warrens on Mars, their metal spires gleaming in the light of an artificial sun beneath the planet's surface. Not so different from their outpost beneath the Earth, though much grander in scale. He hopes to see it one day. Yet, Trelm wonders if that artificial sun could possibly look as bold and beautiful as Sol does, framed in the Earth's sky.
I do not believe the human emperor who received your challenge still lives, Blade Master, nor his empire. A weak empire indeed to fall so quickly after one ruler's demise. Actually, I'm told over 50 of his successors have come and gone.
Sertic pauses at this.
Human lifespans are not what we assumed, I've come to realize. Told by whom? What? How have you come by this knowledge? You have not been in contact with any human, I trust. I have started to observe them.
Trelm chooses his words carefully.
That I may better prepare for my battle.
Sertic gives no reaction to indicate whether or not he is satisfied by this explanation.
But in any case, does this not invalidate the challenge? How so? I don't think the remaining humans even realize their situation.
Sertic waves a mandible dismissively.
Then they are even more dim-witted than I believed. The challenge was issued. Should they choose to ignore or forget about it, they do so at their own peril. And if they do not present a champion of their own, then their planet will be forfeit.
He looks at Trelm intently.
You will not go to the surface again until the day of battle. Why? I believe your time there has made the situation complicated in your mind, when in reality, it is quite simple. You will be trained to perfection. You will defeat the human champion, and you will be welcomed home as the conquering hero you are. You need have no other concerns.
Sertic's sword alights as he draws it.
Now, defend yourself.
Blade's tip pierces a bundle of cloth and hoists it into the air.
Do you have any intention of defending yourself?
The cloth slips away, revealing a scraggly little doll, impaled through its stuffed torso and beginning to emit smoke as green energy burns away at it.
Or am I correct that you acquired this on the surface from a human?
Trelm kneels, his sword folded across his legs.
I disobeyed you, Blade Master. How many times?
Once.
Once? You mean to say that if I unseal your meditation chamber right now, I will find no other human artifacts?
Trelm thinks hard before answering, but when his gaze does rise, it is full of defiance and steel.
That's right. Very well.
Sertic turns away and manipulates a panel on the nearby wall, opening a chamber only slightly larger than himself. He lowers his head to look inside and feels the blade slash across his abdomen from behind. Sertic snarls and rears back, but with his body half inside the chamber, he can scarcely maneuver. Trellm's hind leg smashes into him right above the sword wound, and he collapses into the chamber, racked with pain.
Impossible. I know your speed. You couldn't have cleared the distance in time.
Trellm looks down at him sadly. Never reveal your skills to the enemy before the decisive moment. He levels his sword at Sertic, now crumpled on the floor of the meditation chamber, and staring back at him hatefully.
Well, finish me off. Will you compound your treachery with cowardice?
Trellm hesitates.
A student should surpass his teacher, and killing you now won't accomplish that. In fact, it will ensure that I never can.
He activates the panel, beginning the process of sealing the chamber for long-term hibernation. I'll have defeated you when you see this planet the way I do. Sertic lunges forward, but the chamber seals shut, leaving Trellm alone in silence. He picks up Sertic's sword from where it fell to the ground, but the doll has already been reduced to cinders. After a brief moment of reflection, he approaches the communications console and begins to transmit.
Need additional time to prepare champion for battle. Will signal again when ready.
Then he plunges Sertic's sword into the console, as Trellm strides away to begin the long ascent back to the surface. An explosion of energy silhouettes him against the darkness.
And that is the last time I set foot in this place. Until now.
Wow.
I'm gonna need a sec. Something got caught in my eye socket. The fish didn't take good care of my body.
So,
He looks at you.
What? Why are you saying? Listen, part with the. It even ended with a dramatic explosion. This man just cares so much. The entire
Stairs.
clone body is rattling.
Stairs.
Well, you have to pull it together.
Okay.
She says, "Would you like to hold Nabokov?"
Yeah. Sniveling skeleton walks over, holding a fish. I'm feeling this is nice. He sullenly rejoins your little quartet. Thank you very much.
so the reason your people are here now is because signal finally went through.
That is correct. Sertic has been released. In fact, I'm certain now that he was released several years ago at least, and has been working towards this day ever since. After I left this place, I began passing information to human governments anytime it seemed necessary in order to make sure that nothing alerted the Skrethi on Mars. I identified myself as Orchard, as it reminded me of the Earth's beauty, the beauty I wish to protect. But about a year ago, it became clear that humans had somehow discovered this place and come into contact with Sertic. People of this human nation were salvaging pieces of Skrethi technology and giving them to a scientist who began developing weapons from them, and worse, who appeared to be working on a signal beacon powerful enough to transmit to Mars.
when passing intelligence to your governments didn't manage to stop them, I tried to do it myself. But Sertic was waiting for me. Neither the wound I inflicted nor the years of forced hibernation have diminished his skill with the blade. Without the element of surprise, I was no match for him. I was defeated and imprisoned, and along with my sword, I was shipped to their pet scientists to become just another object of study.
Oh.
Ursula starts pointing at him. Oh, you're the one. We released you. You're the one, aren't you?
Kind of pauses, cocks his head. Oh, I thought you four looked strangely familiar, but I'm not very good at distinguishing humans, so I thought it was simply a mistake on my part.
Looks at Dr. Vile.
Completely understandable, you do you. He's holding a fish and clutching it to his chest.
You are humans, aren't you? I'm fairly confident about two of you. The others I'm, less so, but you're all together, so I assumed.
Yes, I guarantee you, two people in front of us are indeed human.
Ursula pushes up her glasses. Yes, they're very human.
Blanks.
Gilligan's talking about the two girls. Yes. Seems like this situation's gotten more complex.
In some respects. Arguably, it's very simple, but that doesn't mean it won't be a challenge to save your people. The duel to decide the fate of this planet is set to begin when night next falls upon the arena, which I believe is the one constructed by that selfsame human emperor many years ago now.
Oh my god, okay. Suddenly a lot of things make sense about that thing's construction. he's like, right, we gotta go to the Coliseum then?
Indeed, if the duel is not carried out, then the Screethi will simply invade with full force, and the results will be catastrophic for your people. Given my betrayal, Sertic likely intends to stand as the Screethi champion himself.
And we need someone incredibly powerful to face him down, right?
Indeed, the tradition demands that the duel be one-on-one, so it should be a single person representing Earth, or at least, he kind of thoughtfully rakes a claw across his chin a few times. At least it must appear to be a single entity.
Huh?
It's times like these that I actually knew where my invisible arch nemesis is. If there's anyone who could save the Earth from it'd be them. Then again, they are invisible, so we could theoretically hedge our bets on them appearing. They do tend to appear right in the nick of time.
But then the mantises may not believe that a person is there and think we are lying.
Yeah, you're right. I can probably count on them to show up. It's like clatter, but we've got to submit a champion in the meantime.
So, 4 people... You said that you could have a bunch of people pretend to be one person. That's a very specific line of words, almost like you have a plan already, or...
I did not use the word pretend. Merely, well, as I demonstrated just now, the Screethi knowledge of humanity is yet limited. Sertic and I surely know more than the rest of our brethren, and even so, we do not know everything. So, it is within the realm of possibility that you could present a champion that somehow makes use of your strengths together. But I do not know your strengths.
Yes. Well, human ingenuity is probably their strongest nature. Me and Dr. Vile could probably just be disguised as a tool, not real people. Just an extension of the creator.
Out of character for a second. So what I'm gaining from this is that we should all stack in a giant trench coat
Yeah, an
and
imagine
pose
trench coat.
Yeah.
as the champions.
I mean that's like the funnier. We could if you, we could, but
Believe you will have some time to consider your plan of action, as the more pressing concern is that we must reach your city of Rome by nightfall. It is
Yes.
possible that Certic's human collaborators will seek to bar our way.
Oh, and the train that we rode in on just exploded. I'm starting to see the issue. Yeah, let's go. Let's think about Operation Trenchcoat as we go.
yes.
You coming with? Pokes head out over the mats.
Oh, yes, of course. I do not know what I will do when I am face to face with my old master, but I cannot hide from this fight, even though I am not of your people.
You may not be of our people, but you definitely are a denizen of Earth.
It's
Aw.
can you make an empathy roll?
Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Fish empathy, dude. Let's go.
Yeah.
Where's empathy? Oh yeah, I got a +1. Wait, let me. Sorry, that good. Empathy. My sheet's not. Wait, fine. I'll just keep it on the fucking screen. Oh, you can see my. Oh wait, it was.
Oh yeah. Also, other people can attempt this as well.
Oh my god, things are. Not.
Here we go. Time to
Let
be
me
truly empathetic.
reload. Let me
Is your
reload.
sheet having a trouble?
Yeah, let me reload roll 20 and maybe it'll fix.
Ooh,
Let's see.
good roll.
All right. Now, your insight there appears to have struck home, and I can confirm for you one of Trelm's aspects, Defender of the Orchard.
Oh.
Oh.
And with that, you set off back toward the surface, and thankfully, when you reemerge, you see you've still got a little bit of daylight left to burn, and you do still have a ride in the form of your military escort. So if you floor it straight to Rome, you should get there around sunset.
Perfect.
Enough time to make a plan, a really good plan.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you saying it like it needs to be really good? Any plan we come up with will probably be great.
Could you
Listen, we've got so many brilliant scientific minds working on this. This is gonna. We don't got to worry about anything.
As you prepare to leave, a military jeep. Well, they don't have jeeps in this time, but a military truck pulls up, and you begin to pile in, and Trelm hastily grabs from the site a little tarp, so you're able to present him as cargo loaded in the back.
Yeah.
And so, from the site near Assisi, you quickly drive down the modern iteration of the Flaminian Way toward Rome, where the final confrontation that will decide the fate of Earth awaits you.
Mhm.
As you reach the city, let's see. you can see there are 3 large screethy spires in the air somewhere above the heart of Rome. And whereas Florence, when you last saw it, was in a bit of a state of uproar, as your convoy approaches the outskirts of the city, Rome, by comparison, is almost deathly silent. From the chatter of your driver with the other soldier in the front, you gather there's some kind of curfew that's been imposed, and martial law is in effect. The soldiers are out in the streets, and the people are not. And as your car begins to travel the streets and get deeper and deeper into the city, can everyone make me an alertness roll?
Yes.
Over here, alertness. I have a +2 in it. Yeah. Okay. Nice.
All right. You begin traveling down a road, and when you're just a short ways inside of the city, Esther, you suddenly have like what you would call almost a premonition of danger, and you see almost in slow motion as it's happening, the soldier in the passenger seat beside your driver is quietly pulling his revolver from his pocket. What do you do?
Can I
And
make it like stay in place or something so we can't draw
He
it?
tries to draw it and it's like stuck, like it's glued. It's like,
Sure, go ahead and make a mysteries roll.
Okay.
This will be opposed by his guns roll.
Oh shit, dude. Nice.
Oh, it's 2 versus 2.
Spicy.
I'm gonna describe that as a block, and say that's enough of a guns roll to get over the block, just barely. Do you want to tag anything?
Maybe. Could I perhaps tag this and describe it as like I'm saving the party from getting shot right now?
As a guardian angel.
Some
Yeah.
would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. The man goes to pull his gun, and you can tell from the way his body is turning, his intent was to aim it at your driver, but he goes, and the gun is halfway out of his pocket, and then just kind of gets stuck there, as if there's an invisible force, a hand holding onto it and tug-of-warring with him over it. And
He's
yeah.
gonna lean up and say, "Do you see a monster, mister?"
Oh.
Ooh, go ahead and make a rapport roll for me.
We kill someone in front of a child, man?
Ooh.
What the fuck?
Oh wow, okay. This is not gonna happen.
You're getting fucking strong-armed by a fucking child, dude.
Yeah. He's so flustered and taken aback by you having noticed him in this compromising position that he begins to sputter but can't produce words. He only succeeds in drawing everyone's attention, including the driver, who quickly looks over, looks back, and then does a double take as he sees the barrel slowly starting to move up towards him, and he suddenly does a dramatic turn with the steering wheel, lurching the car to the side and flinging the man in the passenger seat up against the wall. and the gun goes flying, but the car is kind of careening now as the man responds by trying to grab for the steering wheel. Everyone is aware your guys are going at it right now. The car is spinning out of control. What do you do?
It's going 20 miles per hour. It's too fast.
Unstoppable. Yeah, it's going 20 miles per hour, but don't forget there are no seat belts and the car has no crumple zones.
Holy shit. We're gonna die!
So the gun went flying. So I think the first thing Gilligan's gonna do is try to secure the gun so the guy fighting doesn't go, free gun on the ground, nice, and then fucking gats people, right? So he's just gonna find the gun, probably kick it farther away from the fighting while everything's going, whoa.
Whoa. Okay, go ahead and make I think I'll make this an athletics.
Oh, shit. One of my biggest regrets is not having any athletics. I feel like that's such a useful stat, and I just don't. Okay, one. Nice. Ooh.
Okay. I'll have the soldier in the front oppose you again. No, yeah, okay. You as he starts to recover from being slammed, he's trying to interfere with the driver, and so he doesn't really have time to look for the gun. You're able to pick it up off the floor of the car. The gun is secured in your possession.
Yeah.
Vile or Ursula, do you want to do something next?
Yeah, I think Ursula will just try to slap a electrocution patch onto the guy reaching for the steering wheel.
Okay. Go ahead and roll science.
Thought you were gonna smoke someone today? No smoking, sir.
There are children in the vehicle. No smoking.
No smoking.
Okay, it's even right now. Do you want to tag anything?
Yeah, let's do lightning fast reflexes for like jumping into that right away.
Okay, I'll give it to you since it's also an electrical attack here. Yeah. So that'll bump you up to a 4. You beat him by 2, and he's effectively a 2-point minion here, so that's enough to defeat him. So as he tries to grab the steering wheel, the car begins to careen. You quickly and he flops against his side of the dashboard. The driver manages to regain control, but he's swerved out of the way halfway onto a side street and brings the car to a controlled stop. He looks around. Are all of you all right?
Yes, we are.
Where am I good?
But I don't understand. Why would he looks at his companion now unconscious against the side of the vehicle, and suddenly you can all hear other vehicles beginning to pull up outside the alley that you're partly way down. They are military vehicles, but it seems like not all the military is on the same side right now. Sure enough, men begin piling out, and all of them are dressed in in black uniforms. What you know to be the informal uniform of the Black Shirts, Italian fascist militia.
Oh fuck! It's happening.
I just start blasting.
Yeah.
One group led by a commander runs up. They begin taking cover behind objects, pulling out their weapons, and they get ready to just open fire on your vehicle as it sits amidst the alley. And we'll go ahead and start a conflict here.
Whoa, we're fucking
Look at
conflicting
this.
right here, dude.
Look at this punchable dough of a man.
Please. My mother said I looked cute today.
We regained our fate points, right?
Yes,
yeah.
you can max out your fate points aside from anything you already spent by tagging this session, and then also you can remove any stress that you had from previous confrontations.
Mhm.
Okay, who has non-zero alertness again?
Me.
What is
Um,
it?
It is. Where are you? 3.
I have 1.
I have 2.
My alertness is extremely 0.
All right. And these guys. 2. All right. Esther, you're the first to act. You are all. Oh, yeah, you're on the initiative too, buddy. You are all presently still in the car, which provides you some amount of cover. But the stopped car means you can't easily maneuver your bodies right now without getting out first.
I'm going to spend the turn to hide.
Classic child move.
She's going down. She's hiding.
She's going down! Nah.
All right. Gilligan. Also, actually, can you go ahead and make a stealth roll?
Oh, yes.
Yof.
That makes sense. Up, there you are.
Oh, damn. Okay. Keep that in mind. Gilligan, you're the next to act.
Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just quickly probably like hop out of the car, hide behind it, right? And then start laying down covering fire on like from these guys right here. So just using my gun to block. Right?
Okay. And what specifically are you trying to block them from doing?
I'm trying to stop them from getting like a good like from being able to pop out very well and fire like very cleanly and accurately, you know?
Okay. So you're trying to force them to remain behind cover and not have a chance to shoot at you guys.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Go ahead and make a guns roll.
Gun. 1? What the fuck?
Ooh, you rolled 3 minuses there. Do you want to tag anything or leave it at that?
Yeah. Not sure if there's something I can tag there. So yeah, it's a block of 1. Good luck getting past that, fuckers.
All right, Gilligan, you open fire, and after a few bullets, your gun jams.
No.
Meaning the window of time in which their fire is suppressed is relatively minimal. As soon as that's down, there's a shout from the commander, and both groups open fire at the car. I think the first group, they're going to make a maneuver. They're going to try and shoot the car in to hit vital parts like the engine to disable it and possibly blow it up. Yeah.
Oh fuck.
All right, let's see. Here comes the guns. Okay, that's not enough to blow up a car. That's gonna be a temporary aspect on your car, which I think is gonna be false start. So it'll make it harder to get the car moving if you want to do that. This other group, led by the dough-faced commander, is instead they're just going to they're gonna shoot at you guys for stress. And I think the person who's actually going to be the direct target is probably going to be Tround, because he's in the back of the Jeep under a tarp. So he would be the first in the path of bullets. So that's going to be...
Goddamn fascists shooting at my mantises.
Shooting at my fucking mantis.
All right, let's see. And Tround...
My mantis has a katana, and he's way cooler than you.
Yeah. Okay, I think Tround's gonna defend with athletics. The 4 is good enough to overcome the block. It also had to be higher than 1. So, athletics, here we go. What do you have, my man?
Yeah!
All right, yeah. So, they open fire, and you can hear... as bullets begin shredding the canvas over the back of the truck and the tarp within. However, as the gunfire erupts, the tarp is ripped open from the side as Trell just bursts out, drawing his sword in one smooth motion and levels it at the men. He is unscathed, and he gets to act immediately. Yeah, I think since you're all still trapped in the car-ish, trapped is a strong word, but you're all still in the car and kind of sitting ducks, Trelm is going to take up position, and he's going to do his own block. He's going to use his special technique, which all great swordsmen have. Namely, he's going to start fucking spinning his laser-ass katana like a fan and try and deflect bullets off of
Fucking
you.
General Grievous. Whoa.
Yeah, no, he's going straight
yeah.
General Grievous. So,
Kenobi.
this is going to be a weapons block to deflect any projectiles incoming. Let's see, that's going to be... oh, that's right, you have a real character sheet. I don't have to ghetto roll for you.
Fascist Kenobi. Superb.
All right.
Superb.
Yeah, I think he'll leave it at that. A 5-point block against projectile attacks against the car or its occupants. Ursula.
Okay, Ursula wants to snatch Gilligan's jammed gun and spend a turn fixing it and tricking it out a little bit, maybe adding like an electrical charge to it to be fired.
Okay, go ahead and make an engineering. This will be a maneuver. If you succeed, Gilligan will get a temporary aspect. Yeah. So Gilligan, you have the aspect supercharged right now that you can tag once to get a +2 if you're doing something with your gun.
Nice.
She snatches it. Okay, just give me a second. Just distract him. Distract him. Yeah.
Distract them with what?
Hands you some blitz patches.
She tosses them. They hit the ground.
You're supposed to toss them at the. Oh, okay, whatever.
I'm just trying to, yeah, no, don't worry, I got this. Steps up on the car and is just going to, the image of the skeleton screaming and firing to that with the life ray and the death ray.
Okay.
Let's just go buck shit wild. He's just gonna try to wipe out whoever is closest enough to be in the way.
Okay. So you are shooting at them for stress.
Oh yeah, no.
Okay. Go ahead and make a guns roll.
Guns, life ray, death ray, tag. Fuck them.
All right. I'm gonna tag that to make that a 6. Okay. Here is defense. +3. Okay. They're defending at 5. Do you want to tag anything else or take the 1 stress?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna tag something else as he looks around. He's like, goddamn fascists. Come on, guys. Listen, evil is one thing. This is a little too much. Back it the fuck down.
Have some fucking class.
Have some fucking class with your villainy. This is... Ew! And also, since recognizing the existence of the child, and the instance of fuck is met with a loud bleep!
Yeah, obviously.
Dr. Miles' mouth. I'd like to tag lawful evil. He's evil, but God, he's not that evil.
All right, your impassioned speech catches these men off guard. It's not clear if they can even understand you. They probably only speak Italian, but you suddenly are really in their face despite shooting at them with a gun, and one of them gets distracted at a crucial moment and takes a stray hit from the death ray. Collapses behind the cover.
There we go. Okay. Minus. That's it.
However,
for me.
You can see a car pull up at the opposite end of the alley, and another squad piles out.
No.
They've got you in a classic Italian pincer sandwich.
Oh, shit.
I roll to trip all of them.
Which group?
The one that just came to
Yep.
reinforce.
The new
Okay.
one's on the left.
Yes. Roll mysteries. And I will tag this.
Okay, and what are you intending to do here?
I want them all to fall on their faces and drop their guns and look very silly for being fascists in this moment. Or any moment.
Okay. Here's their defense.
If you can't tell, we don't like fascists.
Okay,
Not a huge fan.
Controversial opinion. Fascists kind
Yeah.
of cringe.
so that'll be a 3-point mental hit. Do you want to tag anything else, or leave it at that?
Let me glance over my things again. How about
Mm.
How about okay. How about this? Because I am unseen, they have no idea where this shit is coming from.
I think that would be true anyway, wouldn't it? Because your powers doesn't have any visible signs regardless.
Okay. Alright, we'll just go with that then.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's right. That's your 7 to 3 or to 4, so it's a 3-point hit. Okay, yeah. You as these guys pile out of the car, they're shouting slogans and like it's obvious they think they're about to look so fucking cool. And they start barreling down the alley towards you, but one indeed, as they pile out of the car door swings back and just smacks him in the face, and he falls back inside the car, and kind of you see his head pop up from behind the window again. He looks around desperately. He hopes his fascist buddies didn't see that. They didn't, but he's like, he is cowed. He's like, you know what? Maybe I'll stay in the car. Taking one out of the fight.
Yes.
Yes.
Gilligan.
Oh, fuck. So what Gilligan's going to do is now with his new supercharged gun, going to rush over to our Mantis friend, and how he's deflecting all that stuff. He's going to stand behind him, right? As he approaches, and every now and then he's going to ask him to lower his thing for a bit so he can just shoot at them, right?
Ah, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
so and
Okay.
and together with him, he's gonna want to slowly approach the group in this kind of like, I don't know.
Like
Yeah.
a phalanx kind
Yeah,
of thing.
yeah,
where
yeah.
He's being your shield.
Yeah, he's
okay.
yeah. And so I'm gonna just use the supercharged thing. So I'm gonna use the guns and then mark my thing to just fucking blast them for health. I'm gonna kill them. So then I'm gonna tag, and that's like, oh man, it's like a +2, so that's like that's a 7, a 7 to I fucking kill them. My favorite.
Tagging that supercharged. And is this against the group of 3 or the group of 3 with the commander?
The group of 3 without the commander, because we're
Okay.
in my head they're
Yeah.
closer, and also fuck them.
I wanna register the fact that for most of these combats or conflicts, we've been like, oh, time to be wacky and clever about this, and then the fascists roll out, and we're all just like, I hit them for damage, I shoot them with my gun, I'm
This is no joke.
Yeah. And do you want to tag anything else? You've got a 5-point hit.
A 5-point hit. Well, I'll just I'll just send them all to God. Fuck it.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah,
no.
just for the
I
fucking kill them.
You don't always just go I shoot them in the face. But right now you are. Your tag team combination is shockingly effective. As you and Trellin advance down the alley step by step, you hear bullets go whizzing past you, cauterized and disintegrated by his sword as it spins rapidly, and then he'll stop for a fraction of a second and you return a single shot. Ah! Oh! Yay! You get all of these guys down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the turn order guy.
They're just like, and then when the camera's not on them, they just kind of crawl out of frame.
Yeah. Well, like most mooks in these kinds of things, they're kind of like ambiguously dead.
Yeah.
It's not really clear. It's left ambiguous so that the protagonists are more likable.
Yeah.
All right. The commander shouts instructions and points at you, and these guys go for some of them keep their guns, but some of them begin pulling out grenades.
Oh.
It looks like they've decided the bullets aren't getting the job done with the current situation, so they're going to go for explosives instead. So they're going to still have to overcome the block because it's against any projectile. And so this is going to be at +4. They have to beat a 5, or they have to hit 5. Okay, yeah, they have a 6. They have a 6. They're throwing a grenade at the two of you as you approach, and instead of throwing it close enough for Trelm to just swat it out of the air, they kind of chuck it short so that it rolls along the ground towards you, and it's well timed to detonate. How would you like to defend?
To defend. Let's see. How do I defend against a grenade? Probably as well as I defend against bullets, which is not good. I'm just gonna do my best to jump out of the way.
Okay. Are you gonna go by yourself, or are you gonna try to get down Mr. President?
I'm gonna get down Mr. President, the Mantis Man. Yeah.
Okay.
If anything, I would like to take the damage and not him, because he's
okay.
Cool. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Then yeah, go ahead and I'm only gonna give you a defense, but it'll count for both of you. So go ahead and roll athletics.
Let's go, boys. This is gonna be such fucking day. Oh.
Okay. You're currently looking at a 4-point hit. Do you want to take it or tag aspects?
I'll take the 4-point hit. Fuck it.
All right. Mark your 4th stress box.
Nice.
And I will mark that for. Okay. All right. And the men at the other end of the alley reach the car, and they're gonna fling the door open and start going after the people inside, trying to grab you out of it. And I think their first target is gonna be you, Ursula.
Whoa.
Question: do they see me? I'm hiding.
Yep, you've still got a high stealth. So with that, I'm gonna say they're definitely not gonna go after you first. At least it doesn't appear that they see you.
Okay.
So this is a fists to grab you, Ursula. As this gang of men tries to wrench you out of the car. How do you defend?
She still has some of those blitz patches on her, so she will, when they reach out, she just tries to like give them almost like a slapping handshake and zap them.
Okay, go ahead.
Trying to grab her out of the car, right?
Yes.
So she just places it in their hand.
Okay, then it looks like you're depending on the effectiveness of that there, so go ahead and roll science to electrocute. Okay, do you want to tag anything? It's a successful defense. I guess if you tag 2 things, you could get spin.
I think I'll hold off for now.
Okay, yep. The men muscle the door open and grab for you, but the lead one you manage to slap a patch on, and although its effect is not as dramatic as the one on the driver, because he manages to yank it off in time, it causes them to kind of recoil out of the car and suddenly reconsider, like, oh, okay, I thought that was going to be trivial, but obviously not. And so they're currently hovering just outside the door, ready to try and get you, but you've fended them off for now. Let's see, it's Trelm's turn. I think he is gonna, let's see. I think the combo is working well, so he's actually gonna, he gets up after the grenade knocks you both to the side of the alley.
Yeah.
He is gonna wait, and he's gonna let you make the next move, Gilligan, and back you up.
Okay.
Ursula.
Okay. I think I want to try adding like a little chaos into this.
Yeah.
Which one would it be if I was either making an assessment or a declaration, or when they recoil, they are near a food market and knock over a sack of flour?
You can just you can spend a fate point to add that detail to the scene.
Okay.
Yeah, so they lurch away from the car door and out of the alley slightly, and they knock over a street vendor stall that was obviously closed right now because no one's on the streets, but a sack of flour falls down and they are covered head to toe.
When that happens and Ursula realizes it's flour, immediately shouts out, "Hold your fire!" So there is now flour clouds in the air, and if one of their weapons creates a spark, it will explode.
Ah, okay. That part sounds like a declaration.
Okay.
So, for that, I'm gonna say go ahead and roll science. Okay. All right. It may or may not be true, but it'll have some effect.
Let's go.
All right. Oh, so neither of those actually takes an action, by the way. So you can do something if you want.
Oh, okay. She's going to keep an eye out. Like, did she see where Esther went?
I don't know, Esther. Does she know where you are? Or are you invisible to all adults?
Not.
Okay. Esther has pulled her usual vanishing act.
Okay.
Probably just hiding, man. Yeah, we.
Then I think she's going to get out of the car and start using it for cover.
All right. And I'll, yeah, I
Maybe
think
grab
I'll...
the driver, whatever he's doing.
Yeah, it looks like the driver, he managed to stop the car successfully, but it seems like in the kind of swerve that brought it to a stop, he conked himself on the side. He's not unconscious, but he's kind of groaning and disoriented. So unfortunately, he's not going to be a ton of help right now.
All right, well, Ursula drags him out of the way.
Yeah. Drag the driver out of the car and hunker down behind it. So I'll say, you've got an aspect you can tag for being behind the car if someone tries to attack you with a projectile there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Dr. Vile.
Okay, Dr. Vile, so how far away would you say Dr. Vile is from his screaming and shooting position from this, group of, ne'er-do-wells?
He is as conveniently far or near as you want for whatever you want to do, provided within reason.
In that case, he's going to see that Gilligan and the Mantis are sort of, like, everybody's waiting on Gilligan for a moment, so he's going to try to give Gilligan a chance to get in there, create an opening for him. So, he's gonna rely on an old classic. I feared this day would come. He pulls out the life ray and focuses on it. To grant this much power to a table is one thing, but a car? To think the horrors it can accomplish. He points, but science ever advancing, baby! Let's find out what a sentient car is like. And he's going to point the life ray at their car, causing it to do whatever a car would do, given the spark of life.
Yo, it's fucked up.
Boy.
It's
Okay,
fucked up
go
that
ahead
Dr. Vile invented the movie Cars in fucking 1920s.
Go ahead and make a science roll.
The implications of this are simply horrifying, which is why I've
boy.
held back till now.
All right. Well, you have added a scene aspect. Menacing car!
Yes! Okay, perfect.
You-
I'm satisfied.
You fire the white beam of energy down into the hood, and the canvas that was previously torn begins to ripple slightly. It almost resembles a pair of elongated ears, or perhaps even wings. The metal twists, and it's like the car is looking around at you.
Making a table sentient is one thing. It doesn't have a face to watch you with. But don't you know? Cars were designed with faces in mind. Do you think they can see through the headlights? It's fascinating! He hops back down behind his own car and slides down and then pats its side, riddled with bullet wounds.
Okay, you rolled really high on that. So in addition to the aspect, I'm gonna say you can narrate what is the first. Oh, it's an earthquake! You can narrate what is the first thing the car does after gaining sentience.
Oh, I'm gonna unintentionally combo this with Esther. I think the first thing that the car does after gaining sentience is suddenly starts activating, deactivating, turning its lights on and off, windows rolling up and down. The car doesn't look alive. The car looks haunted.
Oh no. All right, Esther. Car's haunted. What are you gonna do?
Car's haunted! Oh no. I was gonna do something else, but I can't fucking ignore a haunted car. Oh, Jesus. Okay, you know what? No, I can make this work. So I'm gonna do something probably a little insane. So when the car comes alive, Esther's gonna use the commotion to walk over to the other car. With the guy still in it.
Yeah.
And climb into the passenger seat next to him.
Okay.
And look at him. And say,
I don't think you want to be here anymore. You should probably go before it gets really bad.
The man he's technically already been taken out by your mental damage, so you don't need to like roll damage against him or anything. What is it do you have a specific thing you're trying to get him to do or to get to happen?
I'm trying to get him to leave the driver's seat and hopefully the scene with intimidation.
Okay, go ahead and roll intimidate. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's see. I don't think you needed much to succeed since you already gave him stress before. So I think, I'll go ahead and I'll roll what his defense would be. Okay. With that 1 point success, you'll get what you want. If you tag to make this a little higher, you will get a little bonus for this.
I mean, I just want him to leave, so I don't need much. Yeah, okay.
All right, then, you leer at this man and say those words. Again, it's not even clear if the man understands you, but he was hanging back in the car, kind of watching this unfold. There's suddenly there is a child in the passenger seat who wasn't there before, and
she's speaking in tongues.
Speaking in tongues at him. He screams and shouts a word that I don't know offhand, but the Italian word for ghost. He has mistaken you for the enemy. He tries the door. The door is still kind of stuck from your previous action. He just, in a panic, he smashes the window of the car and dives out onto the broken glass, screams and runs off. So he is definitely 100% gone.
Okay.
And
Esther watches him do that. Then she aims the steering wheel and floors it.
oh boy. After him or down the alley?
down the alley.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Oh boy.
Wait, which car is this? Is the car we were in, or?
This is the car that tried to cut you off from the other
Yeah.
side of the alley.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Go aheed and roll drive.
That's something I know how to do.
Nice.
Oh.
And I think I'm gonna tag this for extra focus in a chaotic situation.
Yeah. You drive towards the gunfire because frankly that's more to your taste. And with the window shattered, it's very loud and easy to hear in the car. But you just like, oh, I've seen what you press on this to make this happen. You can barely reach the gas pedal and the steering wheel at the same time, but you go
That's
for
why
it.
she aimed first.
Yeah. And the car begins to pick up speed down the alley. So I'm gonna add an aspect. It's only gonna last until you're. Oh no! It's only gonna last until your next turn.
And Esther takes the world with her.
Okay, this is such a stupid aspect name. So I'm going to add a temporary aspect called that reflects the other car now barreling down the alley towards the fracas. Beep, beep, zoom, zoom. And so, before Esther's next turn, there's one tag on this for someone who can take advantage of the fact that this car is incoming towards the rest of you.
Okay.
Gilligan.
Okay, so just to repaint this thing, there's a car coming straight towards us. There's also another car that's alive.
Yeah, there's a sentient car. It's literally one car at one end of the alleyway is now alive and turning off and on, and there's another car barreling down towards us.
Okay, so Gilligan's looking to look at the mantis. Well, we need to commandeer that car. Talking about the live one, that's our ride to the Coliseum. And so,
Understood.
so are these guys in the living car, or are they outside of it?
No, these guys are at the opposite end of the alley from Esther. Shooting at you from outside, from behind cover.
Okay, so what what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through the fire to the living car, right? And what I'm gonna want to do is I want to hop into the car and then like pet the dashboard to calm it down. like it's some sort of horse. And what I want to do is try to take
animal handling.
What I want to try to do is take control of this car that is now alive. And I want to
go ahead and roll.
I have drive.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this is the midpoint of drive and empathy.
Yeah.
So yeah, drempathy, if you will. So go ahead and roll your empathy at +1 since your drive is higher.
Okay. Empathy at +1. So I click empathy, and then on this bonus, I just put in a 1.
Yep.
3.
Okay. Yeah, that's good enough. That's good enough for a temporary aspect, at least. Do you want to fate point that up to try and make it a longer term thing?
Like controlling the car? Sure.
Yeah.
So I just spend a fate point to extend it, or do I have to tag something?
You need to tag something.
Oh man. I'm not sure if I have anything to tag for controlling a car. Okay, I have something stupid. So I'm going to tag red-blooded American.
Explain.
Isn't there nothing more red-blooded American? I'm doing the American part of this, not the Russian part of this. Nothing more American than raw horsepower.
The innate affinity of the American male with the car.
With the car, yes. That's what I'm relying on.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. All right, so with a 5, you have yeah. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm going to replace the menacing the menacing car aspect. This is going to become let's see. Okay. Okay. You are now
The
called
consoled car.
the taming of the car.
You become one.
Yeah, so now you have you now basically have control of the car, and it is animate and able to like obey instructions and things for now.
It was birthed into this world only into servitude.
You can do with that as you will. Let's see. Troun was gonna support your next action.
But
Let's see. Can he do something to work off of that? I'm
Yo,
honestly not sure.
Wanna hop in the whip, dude?
Hop in the whip? I do not understand.
Oh.
You could always I could always drive him closer so he can hit them with his sword.
I think that's yeah, that sounds like a reasonable plan. So I think what he'll do is he'll take a step back, leap onto the top of the truck, and it kind of rears up like he's just mounted the horse and picks up speed towards the guys who are shooting at you from over here. And so yeah, he's gonna take out his sword and slash at them as it drives by. All right, here comes a weapons.
I love this, by the way. Thank you for reviving the car, and then he could always tag the taming of the car for.
Yeah, no, he's definitely tagging the taming of the car on this. And let's see, that'll get him up to 7. Let's see what these guys roll for defense.
I'm having so much stupid fun right now.
Yeah.
Oh, bad news, boyos. Let's see. I think. Does he have anything else he can tag here? Oh, these guys have a stress, actually, from a previous hit. They have 1 left over, so that 5 difference will be enough to take out the 3 guys. So yeah, no, he'll leave it at that for now. You drive the car, well, you don't even drive, the car runs alongside these guys, beeping frantically, and with that extra speed, in one long slash, he cuts apart the concrete barrier that they were hiding behind, and part of the building it was attached to collapses onto them, burying them in rubble with a cry, and leaving their commander isolated.
Oh.
He's what is that thing?
Oh boy!
Better be careful, boy. This has no natural known predators.
Oh my god.
The commander decides he doesn't want a piece of this. You guys have blown past him. He doubles back and begins running back into the alley to try to get away from your deranged automobile.
Oh, what a mistake!
And then he gets to the entrance of the alley, looks up, hurtling down the alley. His eyes go wide. Meanwhile, these 3 guys who are closer to the immediate problem turn around. The car is already bearing down on them. They scream and they open fire to try and shoot out the tires of the car and slow it down before it can just run over them. This is gonna be a guns roll. who almost rolled 42 DF.
Oh, they really want to live.
Oh, wow.
Whoa! The fucking
Oh.
miracle run.
Okay.
All right, Esther, do you want to tag anything to try and interfere with their shooting at the car?
Do I even have anything? Huh.
What was the verdict on the flower clouds around them?
You'll know when. Oh, that's right. They are shooting, and the flower cloud happened. Yeah. Okay. So that is gonna come into play here also. So Ursula, your declaration was not entirely incorrect, but it's not as simple as when they open fire, they will explode. Indeed, as their guns begin to report amidst the cloud of flour, the force generated by the bullets leaving pushes the flour down the alley as it ignites. And so, in the immediate term, this is actually going to be an aspect that enhances the damage of their attack against the car, as the bullets are accompanied by a torrent of flaming flour washing down the alley.
Wow. Huh.
You could always try to, I guess that wouldn't be a defense roll. I was supposed to say you could always shape the fire.
Do you think I could, like, mind push the fire away? as a defensive thing? But I don't know if she'd even be able to see that, because I imagine she's, like...
She's down pressing the gas pedal, right?
Yeah, she's down in there. Just going.
Okay. Then it seems like this is probably going to go through unimpeded.
Okay,
So what?
yeah.
So what that is going to do? Let's see. So that's 8. So mechanically speaking, that they get the single free tag on the flaming flower at declaration. Other people can still tag it. There may still be ways to use it against them. So that the fire and the bullets roll down the alley, and the bullets pop the tires of the car, slowly causing it to lose speed but gain danger as the fire washes over it, and the leather seats in the back begin to catch fire. Smoke trails after it, and they basically turn this car into a Mad Max vehicle. Esther, you become aware of this when you suddenly see a flash of light over your head, and the interior of the car gets much hotter. And you also begin to smell gas fumes.
Uh-oh.
Gasolina.
Gasolina!
Gasolina.
Ursula.
Okay.
Oh boy. Okay. Does she know Esther's in that car by now?
Oh, I'm going to change this, by the way. This is now... Beep, beep.
Doom.
Boom.
Oh, I was going to say doom.
I think, since you didn't see Esther leave, I don't know if you know or not.
I'd say the only way you'll know is if you put 2 and 2 together of, oh, that's where she went. But otherwise, no, you probably didn't see her.
Okay.
I mean, you can just say you saw. Save the child.
I'll let you have seen her sneak off to the car for a fate point.
Okay. Yeah. Let's say she saw her in there, because I don't see any reason she would try to, like, grab her out of there otherwise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
And I think it feels like the right time in this kind of circumstance. I think I'm going to compel your I have to do something aspect. You have to do something immediately. Shot from the hip. Whatever the first device or bit of nonsense you have that can possibly stop a rolling, flaming vehicle, bust it out.
Okay.
And you gain a fate point for that compel.
Alright. I think what she'll do is she'll put on her gauntlets, not use them for like electricity, just to like protect her hands a little bit, because she's just gonna try to punch through that glass and like pull Esther out and jump.
Ooh, okay. All right, then go ahead and roll athletics.
I'm definitely going to tag something in that. I'm gonna tag fisticuffs.
Yep. You explained how you're using your fists in this maneuver. That gets you to a 3. You want any more?
Lightning fast reflexes for jumping into action.
Okay, that's true, yeah. Kind of balances out the compel. Okay, so you're on a 5. That seems like a pretty good result. So as the car, it's not really hurtling now. In fact, it's slowing down, but it's inarguably more dangerous, nevertheless. As it comes drifting down the alley, trailing smoke and fire behind it, the 3 guys press up against the walls and try and take cover from it. Meanwhile, Ursula, you blow past them, leap onto the hood of the car, shatter the windshield with a punch, and bodily yank Esther up off the floor of the car, dive out of the way.
He does not protest. It's like picking up a rag doll.
So
I can see her hat starting to fly off. Ursula grabs it with the other hand.
push it back down onto the head. Yeah, and you tuck and roll, and you land gracefully behind the car. So it is on the other side of you now, really only threatening these 3 guys and potentially Dr. Vile. Actually, no, I guess Dr. Vile, you're still on the roof of the live car, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh no,
okay.
he was tucked down behind the other car, the car that we got out of initially.
Okay.
So yes, he is potentially in threat range.
Okay. And I'm gonna leave beat beat boom boom.
Yes.
We're one away from Esther's turn, so this is the last chance to tag that aspect for something before the car will be resolved.
A horrifying sentence. I think you did give me a good idea though with that of Vile's sitting back behind the car and is like, there comes a time in every mad scientist's life that he must face the man-made horrors of his own creation. To look into the gaping jaws of progress and to balk not and instead say, "Hup!" He hops up on the roof of the car. Hey, let me on the living car. And he's going to roll. Basically, here's his plan. As the car is pulling up, he's going to leap, land on the windshield, and point both of the guns at the car that's now resting right here to cause it to blow up and/or whatever adding life to a fire does. I'm experimenting.
Okay, so you're using the life ray.
The life ray and the death ray at once. He's just blasting and sort of letting God sort it out.
Okay.
into the car that has now rolled to a stop next to them.
Okay, go ahead and roll guns.
Guns time.
Guns time.
It's always time for guns.
And then you can probably tag beep beep boom boom.
Oh yeah, no, exactly. I'm tagging beep beep boom boom. Let's go.
All right. You fire the black beam and the white beam. They snake and intertwine as they reach the car, and the fire surges. For a moment, it's almost like you can see cartoon Satan style face in the fire, and the car begins to move again, but it moves in a way that can only be described as a stagger. And you hear an indescribable father. Wow! And it just explodes in a shower of flame. The briefest existence you've ever known, Dr. Vile. And these 3 men who were pressed up against the alley figured they'd started to edge past it to be out of its range, but its brief lurching movement causes it to strike up against the wall, pinning them to it.
Anyone else hear a voice? Was that a malfunction? Am I losing it? What was that?
Mister, you heard it.
Of course I did.
For a moment, you almost mistook it for Nabokov, but no, there was no love, only anguish.
Oh god.
Oh my god!
Holy shit!
All right, well, that's so much for that aspect. And Esther, it's your turn.
Oh my fucking god!
Okay, so everyone else is just on the alive car now, right?
Yeah.
What about Doughboy? What's he doing?
Doughboy is standing at the entrance to the alley, his back up on either side having just been obliterated before his eyes. He is frozen in the moment, trying to decide what to do, but he has no functional vehicle to get into. He's surrounded on either side, so it looks to you like he's probably going to make a tactical retreat at the first opportunity.
He stares at him so that he will do it faster.
Yeah, in fact, this is a mechanic that hasn't come up in this game yet, but combat in this is not always to the complete destruction of one side.
Yeah.
One side may offer a concession to attempt to basically forfeit the combat on negotiated terms, story-wise, rather than getting taken out and being entirely at the mercy of their opponents. So, the Black Shirt Commander is offering a concession of he turns tail, staggers, and just runs away down the street, and makes no attempts to further interfere with you in the city. In exchange for he gets away. You can accept the terms of the concession, or you can continue fighting to try and take him out yourselves.
We don't got time for this. We got a coliseum to go to. I'm in my car, my living car.
Mm-hmm.
It's warmed up.
All right.
We're ready to go.
In that case, yeah, just as I described, he looks at the living car, looks at the flaming ghost car, and just mutters something to himself like, "Screw this, I'm out of here." He takes off his hat, tucks it under his arm, like he doesn't want to dishonor it, and he just runs away down the street back in the direction you came from.
That man was
Right.
named Mussolini.
Flee, little doughboy. Maybe next time you won't be a filthy fascist.
Gilligan will lead the car next to Esther and Ursula and just honk the horn. And also,
we're coming.
you said this car had wings?
The canvas is kind of unfolded into something that looks on a life form, kind of like wings, yeah? Do they work? Who knows?
Can I spend a fate point for them to work?
God, that's funny. It is more than a minor detail. In
Okay.
fairness.
Okay, we'll drive
On
then.
the other hand, Dr. Vile's science roll to animate this car was a 7. I think I'll give it to you if you're acceptable with the terms of you fly the car to the Coliseum, and after you disembark, it rides off into the sunset.
I was gonna
to
do
join
that
its own
anyways.
kind.
I was gonna do that anyways.
Like
Love
the
something
fucking
for
flying
free.
car in Harry Potter, and it just like drives away to live in the woods.
Why did you think I had that line? It has no natural born predators in my pocket, because that was my plan from the start.
That's so funny.
All right.
Oh, Esther looks really upset about getting into this haunted car.
It's not
She
haunted.
does not like this.
Not a ghost.
Vile's lying on the roof, lounging, reflecting. Man. Created life just to take it. Is that the most messed up thing I've ever done? What do you think, Giant Mantis? Talking fish. Does life only exist to end? Are we all just motes of flame existing to add to an ever-growing blaze? Is there something more?
The sad music.
I wonder, am I little more than sparks and circuitry? The same artificial flame of life that I just granted to that car? Is my existence, my very life, an illusion to be snatched away at a moment's notice? Am I just another piece on the game board known as life?
I say you are who you say you are.
Wise words, fish. He looks over to the mantis.
I do not know who or what you are. Also, how did you do this? Colonel is just fascinated. 'Cause he doesn't have no frame of reference at this point, but he has very little frame of reference for exactly what humanity's capabilities are technologically. So he is probably, you can see the wheels turning in his head. You're pretty confident he assumes this is just a thing humans can do and finds it very impressive indeed.
Crown, what do you love about this world?
I love... It sounds strange to say, but I think I have come to love your disunity. I have come to appreciate the way in which you humans have clustered yourselves into different hierarchies and different cultures and different ways of life. On all the different corners of this planet, so much more varied, I am told, than our home of Mars, and so much different from our much more regimented way of life. There is a beauty in it, I think.
Dr. Vile relaxes on the roof, almost thinking deeply as the car flaps beneath him. His body bounces. Well said, car. Well said.
Did any of that even come through on Discord?
It did. It did.
Okay.
Oh.
You don't know the scientific explanation for how the horn is making different sounds now, but it seems to have gained that capability.
I am literally winded by that. Holy fuck!
And with a honk, we're off to the Coliseum.
To the Coliseum.
All right. Oh
my
man.
god, that hurt. That was like a blow to the gut.
Hey. Look, man, you give me a living car, I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna treat it like a horse.
My god.
All right. So,
Out of curiosity, how many encounters do we skip by riding into the Coliseum on a
well, there was
car?
gonna be, so I had a kind of open-ended thing here of like, you know, some amount of tension over getting through the city there, whether you wanted to kind of shoot your way through or car chase your way through or sneak your way through. But I think I have to just give it to you if we got a flying car at this point. The car majestically soars, making comparably majestic noises as it does so.
That's beautiful.
And it touches down on a sandy road just a stone's throw outside of the Colosseum, seemingly too frightened of the enormous twisted obelisks that you can now see are floating directly above it to land straight in the arena proper. But you're here. You've managed to circumvent whatever whatever other roaming militia patrols might have been out on the city looking for you on the way here. Just a moment. Yeah, we'll go with this. And so,
Use the ride time to ask Trellin about his sword because she's like deeply fascinated about how it works.
I am afraid I am. He puts a claw behind his head in a gesture that you have to imagine is not native to his people, but that he has picked up through cultural osmosis by observing humans.
I am afraid I myself am no scientist, but I can explain in great detail the practical means of its operation and wielding, if not the underlying principles that make it work. Well, you see this, the edge along the blade here, you can see this is where the inversium is infused and ignites when the blade is swung or at the user's command. And he goes through and he shows you some sick trickies that he can do, and he gets a little into it. He gets a little enthusiastic, and then at a certain point he gets a little sad and abruptly stops in the middle of doing a cool move with the sword and sheathes it again and looks down. All of this was taught to me by Sertic. He is one of the greatest blade masters our people have ever known. I'm sure he could show you in much, much more skill if he were inclined. But I doubt that will come to pass.
Wow. I doubt I would live to the end of the conversation if he showed me.
Indeed.
Dr. Vile edges over and is like, "Hey Ursula, are you thinking what I'm thinking?"
Am I ever thinking what you're thinking?
Yeah, probably. He
maybe.
He shakes around a big bag. That sword's powered by Inversium, right?
Yes.
He shakes around a big bag. I got this big sack of Universium.
Uh-huh.
You handle the technical specs, I handle the mad science!
Takes out her gauntlets and already starts adjusting them to what she's thinking.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Right. Sweet.
Okay. I don't know what your plan is, but you don't have to declare it right now, because of course, in a pulp novel, they wouldn't have a conversation on the way there about what was going to happen.
No.
But I'll assume you've had some time to do some science bullshit TM on the way here. So at a dramatically appropriate point in the future, feel free to exposit about what you did and what its effect was.
Everything I could have ever wanted.
Yeah.
You like this system, huh?
Oh my god, yes. Yeah. Oh god.
What fun.
All right. As the car rolls to a stop in this sandy lane, and the Colosseum stands before you with three Screethy vessels directly overhead, and you can also see again, it appears that the streets have mostly been cleared. But surrounding, not entirely surrounding, but stationed at various points around the Colosseum's exterior, you can see more black-shirted troops and another figure that you recognize walking among them and who appears to be issuing orders.
Ah, Cassano. Son of a bitch.
Haven't humiliated you enough, buddy. Come on.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Seems like they're still not keen on letting us get to the Colosseum in the first place.
We must find a way to break through.
Traun looks up meaningfully at the sun, which is getting close to dipping below the horizon.
Gilligan and everyone's probably gonna hop out the car. And Gilligan's gonna pat the side of the the living car. Looks like we're probably gonna have to go by foot from now on.
It makes kind of like a dipping motion that kind of approximates a nod and says to you reassuringly and takes to the skies. You see the soldiers react. What? A few stray shots get fired at it, but it doesn't look like they noticed you.
Majestic. And okay, so we're probably gonna you guys want to sneak past them? Try to skirt past them, you know,
just a little bit of a skirt.
Yeah, just a little bit of a stealth operation, you know.
A stealth operation.
Yeah. So because I think that's like probably the easiest way to get them to get past these guys, right? So, yeah. So, what Gilligan's going to do is, probably try to lead the way for the rest of the party, you know? Doing his, like, Metal Gear fucking stealth shit, like, crawling on his belly, like, you know, pulls out the cardboard box, you know how it be.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I'm changing the music already.
Yeah. The song. Gonna slowly crawl forward, waiting for any sort of guard to lower their guards so he can promptly try to knock them out.
The guard
is
of the
right
guards.
behind him.
All right. Go ahead and make a stealth check. Holy fuck!
Holy shit. Let's go, boys.
I'll do one as well.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna roll their alertness. It's not great.
They've never had to deal with a professional.
They rolled pretty good, but not nearly as good as you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's see. 4 shifts. Yeah, you are able to... So you specifically want to knock them out, or are you just looking to slip through?
You know, with that much, what I'm going to do is I want to sneak behind Cassano.
Okay.
And pull out my gun. And put it to the back of his head.
Oh, yeah, that's fucking spicy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You get there. Cassano, when you find him, he's stationed near... He's standing near... They've erected, like, a small defensive position here with a Gatling gun, like a siege position, almost, with it pointed down the road. But their attention is very definitely focused outward, and so as soon as you manage to slip behind them, indeed, they're pretty much all looking away from you, and you draw up behind Cassano, and he remains unaware of your presence until the moment the cool steel of your barrel is pressed against the back of his head.
Cassano?
He doesn't turn around. He puts his hands up.
See, this is what we're gonna do. You're gonna let us enter the Coliseum. You don't have a choice. It's either you let us do what we want, or you sacrifice your life.
Gilligan Scales, I presume. I'd recognize that fishy voice anywhere. I suppose you are aware, Mr. Scales, that although you have me at a disadvantage, I have many men here. Do you honestly think if you shoot me in the back of the head right now, they won't swarm you and crack that lovely little bowl of yours?
Go ahead and make a... This is going to be a your intimidation opposed by his resolve.
Yeah. Intimidation. Womp. Fuck.
Oh no, he rolled
Yo,
worse!
yeah! Well, Kasano, being able to end you would be all that sweet. I wouldn't care what happened afterward.
You really should. It concerns the future of the human race. Don't you understand, Scales? This isn't... You think I'm trying to destroy humanity? Not at all. I think you simply don't appreciate what we stand to gain here today.
We stand to lose our freedom, Sano. You not understand what you're risking here just because you're too cowardice to stand up.
Damn you, Scales. Freedom is a privilege of the powerful. Don't you see that? There's no way for humans to oppose these Screethi. Just like, in the end, there's no way for weak humans to oppose strong humans. Men like Mussolini and we understand. Humans will rule humans. We've made an agreement. Once the Screethi have conquered Earth, that Mussolini and Italy will reign supreme as the overlord, ruling on their behalf. I would gladly lay down my life in defense of that vision.
He says this, but you can hear a quaver in his voice.
Well, how about we just save the Earth instead? Drive back these insectoid invaders, and then you won't have that chance. You'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. The human way. Prove you're strong instead of cowering like the weak you are and pretend you're strong. Pretend you're powerful.
You wish for another world war, then? A greater war to follow the Great War? I warn you, that will be the consequences if humanity is not united under a strong banner. But I wouldn't expect a man like you to understand. Fine. Go in. Face your destiny if you want to. That thing in there will cut you down like tissue paper.
Then you'll get what you want, Kasano. But, let you know, I'd rather die fighting than cower beneath a giant banner.
Do you have can you go ahead and make an empathy roll for me?
Womp! Empathy! Whoa! 3.
Okay. I'm just gonna roll.
Yeah!
You can tell, he's giving up a little too easily. It seems like he still thinks he has some kind of ace in the hole beyond just you getting killed by Certic. But for the moment, yeah, it looks like you can see his men have like noticed by now and are pointing their guns, but he raises a hand and they lower their weapons.
You can let this one through. We can all attend his funeral tomorrow.
Yeah. Nice. Alright. So, Gilligan's gonna not let the gun up yet, because he doesn't trust these guys, obviously, because it's just like, you know. So he's gonna just, continue to have Gasano at gunpoint and just kind of, like, have him stand up and have him, like, kind of step out just in front of everyone, so we can just, like, clearly, like, hey, we got your boy, and then motion to, the rest of the squad that we can move forward.
Do we hide Trelm from them seeing that he's here? Or is he just out in the open?
Let them know. Let them know.
Yeah, he's awaiting your lead on that, but if you're just gonna walk out, then he's gonna walk out with you.
Yeah.
Toddle.
In the background, these scientists have been laboring away. There have been sparks and all this other stuff. Just like, oh, and that goes there. Okay, yeah. I think this is yours. Like, hands you a wrench that was left behind. Like, okay, I think we're good. We're good.
Yeah.
The tense soldiers. Occasionally, one will shout at another. A weapon will be raised and then lowered. But it doesn't look like they're gonna make a move as long as you have General Cassano at gunpoint. And so you do have the opportunity to just walk in.
As they're passing by, Ursula pulls her glasses down, cracks her knuckles, and keeps walking.
He tries to keep his cool, but you can see a little wince, and you can very definitely see the bruise from earlier. And are you bringing him with you as a hostage, or are you gonna chuck him out once you're inside the building?
Once we're inside, what Gilligan's gonna do, and it's like, don't even think about interrupting. I don't think the mantis is bad.
Don't count on my interruption to save your miserable lives.
And then he's gonna just toss Cassano, and then we're keep going.
Yeah. He tumbles down the steps and on into the sandy dirt. You hear as you duck inside, you hear a couple stray shots, and followed by no, let them go. See what kind of performance they can put up.
Yeah.
All right. And so you arrive.
Like Cassano came back. What a swell dude. A nice guy. Like, he just let us in.
He is
for free.
smelling.
You had him at gunpoint. You could have ripped off his mustache or something.
Is it too late to trip him again?
He was already flung out, so he's kind of already on the ground, unfortunately.
There's always time later, though.
Yeah. Also, I want
this
to
won't
save my fate points.
This won't be the last time we've seen Cassano.
My fate points are too good for you, buddy.
All right, you guys follow the short snaking path of the ancient stonework that leads you to the Colosseum's interior, and you emerge. You can see the floor partly covered up, the ground level stage, but also the tunnels beneath, from which the Romans used to flood it to stage naval battles, all still preserved underneath. And directly above, in the waning daylight, you can start to perceive on the ground in front of you the harsh green lights casting down from above, spotlighting the interior of the structure from the three grim ships towering overhead. We'll immediately reveal two scene aspects here. Screethy Spectators and Gladiator's Legacy.
Oh.
God.
And as you make your way out onto the main proscenium, you do see, standing at its edge, the same creature that attacked you on the train.
The light
sword
launcher.
in its sheath at its side. Yeah. It stands there silently. If it realizes you have entered, it has done nothing to acknowledge your presence.
Yeah. Approach close.
Blade Master.
You have some nerve showing yourself here. I will say that I am surprised. I never thought a coward like you would be willing to face me head on a second time. But this time, I have no use in keeping you alive.
He ignites his sword.
And I see you've brought some trash with you as well.
drops down from the ledge.
We're not
Wow.
trapped.
Are you quite certain? At least one of you appears to be made entirely of scrap.
Hmm? Oh, don't mind me. He's like moving around the arena. So, how does this thing work? We get one challenger champion to fight off, to fight for the future of the planet or whatever. He's like looking around the room very carefully, eyes scanning the surroundings.
Are you seriously contemplating it? Your pathetic species has had centuries to fruit a champion capable of challenging our might, and I see no such individual among you.
I mean, looks back at the group and is like, there's only one real choice for this, right?
Yes. The champion you grew yourself.
Come on, get up here, Treln.
What do you mean?
Yeah, what do you mean? What do you
Esther,
mean?
Esther takes Trelm by one of his little mantis hands and drags him up onto the stage.
He walks a little unsteadily, like, obviously you're not strong enough to pull him, but he's trying to match your pace.
Setting up the fireworks. Listen, I don't go out of my way to just act as second fiddle for some other hero or champion too often, so you better relish the opportunity, Buster. He's like moving around and sitting. You need a grand entrance. Come on, we gotta hype you up.
I do not understand. What are you doing?
Hmm?
I am no human. How can I champion your race?
But you are a denizen of Earth. You've lived here much longer than most humans.
Yeah.
And you're much
Plus.
kinder than most humans as well.
And it's also true.
Also, you had an actual answer to that question I asked earlier, which convinced me. The rest of us just made vague poetic gestures. You got a real heart. Looks over, points at you, and is like, you gotta understand something. For most of us, being born and just living on this planet, it's as natural as living or breathing. For you, you had to learn to love this place. You put a lot of work into it. It honestly feels kind of trashy to shortchange a hero like that. He like crosses his arms and sits down. So, I mean, if it comes down to us and picking a champion, there's only one real choice from everybody assembled here.
Yes.
And isn't the student supposed to surpass the master?
I
Are trained in the sword. You clearly are.
I never expected things to turn out like this.
Look,
I-
there's not just humans living on this earth. There are monkeys in the jungle and fish in the sea. They have as much right to this planet as we, just like you.
It doesn't look like their species cries, but you notice a sort of like gentle head bobbing that kind of approximates the motion that a human would make if they were sobbing faintly.
Aw.
Esther holds out Nabokov for him to hold.
He very gently reaches down and grips it between his two pincers.
I had one like this once.
Oh.
She
Oh.
nods knowingly.
They're good to have. They give good advice. And good hugs.
He kind of kneels down. He too is about 10 feet tall, so he has to almost go prone to be close to like eye level with you, Esther. But he executes the complex maneuver to bring Nabokov in to your chest and then kind of awkwardly wrap his forelegs around you, clearly doing his best to hug like he's seen on TV.
Aww. Esther hugs his face all the way as far as she can reach.
Aw. He closes his eyes when you do, like you were petting a cat.
Aw.
Yes. And basically Gilligan's gonna walk into the center of the stage and just kind of like look up at the sky at the ships that are peering down and like open his arms wide. And don't you think it's poetic? The person who saved our Earth so long ago has come back to do it yet again.
I think your poetry is wretched, but I myself have no objection. I would relish the opportunity to secure your final humiliating death here on this stage, so that I may watch you die knowing you failed to save the one thing you prized above your kinsmen.
Trell unfurls from around you, Esther, and walks forward, draws his own sword.
Before he
Oh.
does, she whispers to him, "Don't worry, we'll help."
He nods, looks at Sertic. You are mistaken, Blade Master. My kinsmen are right here. Raises his sword.
Yeah!
All right. We're gonna begin a conflict.
Yeah.
Momentous combat!
Are you fucking ready for my music selection?
Yes!
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking Blue Destination.
Oh my
Yes!
god, yeah!
Yes! Much better song! Aram, exquisite.
Hilarious.
All right. So, put everyone on here.
Yeah.
And can I get the non-zero alertnesses
Yeah, it's
again?
Esther at 3.
3.
I think Gilligan at 2. And I think Ursula's at 1. Am I right? And then Vile's at 0 because he works here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ursula as at 1. And what is your alertness, Sertic? Okay, it's +2. That's not bad. All right. You can tell there are not going to be any more words.
Yeah.
The duel is commenced. Esther, it's your opportunity to act first.
As always. She will hold her turn.
Okay. Then the first move will actually go to Sertic, who wastes no time. His blade slices through the air, making an uncomfortable ripping noise, not unlike when the ships first arrived. And he is on Trelm in a moment, and strikes down towards his foreleg. This is going to be a weapons roll.
Oh.
And that will be opposed by weapons for defense.
Oh!
Spicy!
Immediately, the blades clash right in front of Trelm, who's shoved back about a foot. Let's see. Yeah, no, Sertic's gonna immediately just unload on this shit. He's gonna tag Live by the Blade to buff his roll by 2. I think, do any of you want to tag anything? Normally you'd have to like maneuver or something to actually affect this. So I'd let Esther do something because she delayed her turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's a question for you, Amy.
I think he stumbles a bit.
Okay.
The classic
All
Liberty Falls.
Yeah.
Tripping bonus.
You yeah, the slight catch of one of his feet on the ground makes it such that his immediate charge is ever so slightly slower than it would otherwise have been, which gives Treln that key second to get his own weapon in the way and protect his leg. And it's your turn, Esther.
Okay. How much debris is around the Colosseum? A lot, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably generally kept reasonably orderly because it's a tourist attraction by this point. But there's plenty of stonework and old stuff for sure. What are you looking for?
I think I'm going to have her rearrange some of the old, not like the really heavy stuff, but some of the minor stonework around Sirtik's feet so that it becomes like difficult terrain.
Okay. Sure. And is your goal here a maneuver to like aspect him to reduce his mobility?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll Mysteries.
Mysteries. Where are you? There you are.
Hey.
I think, given that you're kind of trying to pin him down a little, he's going to defend with might to see if he can just shatter this. Okay, so you've got a 3-point win there. So that'll be enough for a temporary aspect, if that is satisfactory to you.
Sure.
All right. So he has the pinned down aspect until it is tagged once or the situation changes. Gilligan.
Alright, so I'm gonna do something wild, guys. So, friendship speeches in the air, Colosseum lighting up from sword slashes. Something in Sirtik's mind starts to reignite. Something long forgotten, something lost a long time ago. The Colosseum that was crafted, his time on Earth. If we looked into his meditation pod, would we find some artifacts too? I'm going to make the declaration. Sirtik loved Earth as well.
Whoa.
Nice. Whoa.
Why else would you wait so long for the champion to come? All those ages past, human lifespan, he understood how long a human lifespan was. He was just doing it because he too did not want to see this Earth fall. Master, much like student.
Okay. And so you're if you're making this as a declaration, I assume you're hurling this accusation verbally as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. Fuck it. Let's do it. Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll empathy. You're trying you're asserting something about his personality.
Yeah. Okay. First, empathy. Not the best. Fuck. And I'm going to tag one thing I can tag is Fish Father of the Century, because I know what it's like to love something and to want to protect it, but not always being able to protect such thing. So that's another fate point. Let's see, what other thing could I tag for this? Because I don't think I have anything else I can fully tag for this. But yeah, so I'm gonna wait. Is there a? Let's see. So let's see. I'm trying to think. I didn't fucking empathy rolled so low. Is there any way you could tag one of the scene aspects? I'm trying to think. Like, Gladiator's Legacy, huh? Maybe I could tag Gladiator's Legacy in this kind of angle where he loved watching gladiator battles back in the day with his best buds and the boys.
That's why he had the Colosseum built.
Yeah.
He orchestrated its construction more or less through the Emperor.
Yeah, his best buddy, the Emperor, who fell. And it was just...
Okay,
you will let me do that? Yeah, you'll let me tag that. So that's a 0, 1. That's a 3. And I feel like that's all I can pull out of my ass. So a 3.
Okay. So here's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
So one use of the empathy skill
Yeah.
is to try and establish what aspects other characters have by interacting with them.
Yeah.
So combining it with a declaration's a little funky. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna handle it the way, if you make a roll, basically if you assert that an aspect exists, you can try and tag it without knowing for a fact that it's there. And if you kind of guess at something that's close enough to a real aspect, then the GM reveals the aspect and you know that you're tagging it.
Okay.
Here, and the rules also cover this, the opposite can also happen. You can assert that an aspect exists, so that for you to tag, and you may gain the information that that is exactly wrong, which is itself useful. So what I'm going to give you for this roll, you make this declaration and Ace Attorney point at Certic. While his blade is locked with Treln, his head snaps over to you, and you see a fury in his eyes. And he just emits a guttural hiss, and you can feel the hostility. It's not the hostility of, oh, you've seen through me.
Yeah.
It's the hostility of, how fucking dare you?
Yeah.
I'm going to reveal to you, you're going to learn one of his aspects. Centuries out of patience. This was supposed to be an open and shut job, and here he is in fucking 1921, still here, trying to do this shit. He fucking hates it. He wishes you were dead.
That's great. That's great. We can work. We can work with it. We can work with it.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Treln's turn to retaliate. Let's see. They briefly back off from the blade lock, and Treln briefly grips a claw on the edge of the stage and kind of dangles off the side of it here, trying to temporarily obscure his position and find an opportunity to pop up and surprise Certic. So he's gonna roll stealth. Okay, and that's going to be opposed by alertness from Certic. All right.
Yeah.
Yep, that's far more than enough. So Treln is going to get the hidden beneath aspect for now, that he may use in defense or offense. And Certic kind of growls.
Still such dishonorable tactics. After all this time, you've had to train yourself.
And, let's see. Ursula.
Can I make a note about something she gave Treln before the fight?
Sure.
She gave Treln her gauntlets, which she, reconfigured to fit his little mantis hands. So he does have, a pair of gauntlets with them. I don't think he really knows what they do yet. But as far as her turn, I think she's gonna place some of the electric patches just as discreetly as possible.
On the stage here?
On the stage, yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and make an engineering roll.
Engineer. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's pretty good. So the stage is going to get a, for the moment, sticky aspect. I guess I'll just make this a scene aspect, I think.
Yeah, just so we don't forget, yeah.
And this is going to be electric minefield. And we give that a little black background there so that it's a little easier to see.
Heck.
Yeah, you like this fucking shit?
Yeah. Your graphics design is your passion.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
All right, Dr. Vile.
Dr. Vile is going to delay his turn until, let's say until Treln goes. He's Like, he set up all those fireworks earlier, now he can just sit and wait for the dramatic strike.
Okay. I'll, since we're coming to the end of the first round here, I'm gonna let you potentially react to something if that makes you want to use your turn.
Ooh, okay.
Dr. Vile, you notice, your eyes kind of followed Trelm as he ducked to underneath the stage and started crawling along the side. But further, at some of the tunnels at the basement level, you can see some movement. You can see men carrying some large sacks, scurrying around down there like mice. It seems like something else is afoot.
Oh my god. Dr. Vile is going to, like, reach over, like do the pat to get scales, like, you seeing that shit? Like, point down there and then, you guys have got this. Hop, 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 hop.
All right, you're gonna head down?
Yep, heading down.
Okay. We'll catch up with you on your next turn then.
Excellent.
I guess anyone else can choose to go with him on their turns, but for now...
Yeah.
All right. So, let's see. I think... Yeah. Sertik's gonna go for another hit to the limbs. This time, since Trelm is kind of scurrying along the sides, he's going to take a clean swing at one of the claws that he's using to hold himself to the side of the arena.
Difficult terrain.
Yep. Trelm can tag that in defense. Okay, so here's the weapons.
Oh.
Okay. So, I think, let's see Trelm's defense. Given the current position, he's not going to defend with weapons, he's just going to defend with athletics. Okay, that's a start. Yeah, he'll go ahead and tag the pinned down aspect that you placed on Sertik before. Sertik, again, your interference costs him valuable time, and by the time he's wrenched his feet free of the stonework you had casually built up around them, giving a suspicious look around of like, what the fuck was that? That wasn't there. He reaches to take his swing, but Trelm's moved too far by that point, and his blade finds only air.
Oh.
Ugh.
Aye.
Esther.
Oh, Nani.
Esther's going with Dr. Vile.
Yeah!
We knew it had to end this way. All right. So I'm gonna have you, you, as per Esther, you slip away unnoticed. Gilligan.
God, what the fuck? I can't help this guy. I don't have any psychic powers or I have gun. That's my skill. I have a fucking gun. Let's see. I don't have any like I can't encourage this guy very well either. Oh god.
I shoot at him to motivate him.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what I can do to like help other than like I'll let those three go after the guys, because fuck it, why not? Someone needs to stay here.
Yeah, so don't forget, you can also, there's a lot you can do with maneuvers that can potentially do advantageous things, like adding scene aspects and stuff. So it doesn't necessarily have to be directly aiding him.
You know what I can
Rally
do?
the crowd.
I can just, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shout at, I'm just going to keep shouting at Sertik, and I'm just going to be like, if you don't want to be here, why don't you just let it, like, just kind of just shit talk him, and just be like, if you want it to be over, why don't you just lose already? You're just elongating the inevitable. And, I guess, like, empathy, and then tag the years out of patience of his to just kind of, you know.
Yeah, I think, let's see. I think this would be, let's see. So you're trying to get his goat, huh?
Yeah. Would that be like a block, like a mental block of just like me distracting him?
kind of depends. It kind of depends what you're trying to get to happen. If you want to distract him to make him worse at fighting, then you could do something like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna distract him to make him worse at fighting by just shouting shit and just be like, yeah, loser. If you want it to be over, just end it. You could have just left. You could just be like, well, this ain't worth it.
Why didn't you go home?
Why did go home?
Yeah.
In that case, yeah. I'm gonna have you roll. We'll call this. This is quasi intimidation. It's kind of like a provoke.
Yeah.
I'm gonna modify it by your deceit as well, so you can roll it a +1 since your deceit is higher.
Yeah, I already have my intimidation's +1, so yeah. So intimidation, add a 1 dice to that. Roll, average, spend a point, then tag his sentries out of patience. Yeah,
okay.
so that's a 3 block.
Okay, so you're trying to block him from attacking?
Just distracting him, right? So he can't really focus 100% on his strikes because there's a fish just yelling at him. Right?
Or, I'd probably, rather than making this a block, I would probably mechanic this as a maneuver to put a distracted aspect on him that can be tagged once.
Either works, yeah.
So he's gonna defend with resolve.
Yeah. Fuck. A 3
okay,
versus
so
a 4.
you're at -1 right now. So you would need a bit more punch to get an aspect out of this.
I'm going to use my vile body and just kind of turn up my volume so I'm even louder.
Okay. I'll tell you what I'll do.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do you have an aspect that makes sense for this? My vile body, fish out of water, send them all to Cod. Yeah, that might be reasonable. I'll say you can succeed on this and place that, it'll be a temporary distracted aspect.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a fate point. I'm gonna compel, send them all to Cod, because that's what he's gonna do for you. 'Cause you have fucking shit-talked for the last time.
Yeah. That's fine.
Alright. Treln is going to go for a surprise hit here. While he is distracted, he will take this opportunity to leap up out of cover to strike at him. Let's see. So he spent 1 fate point before. Yeah, okay, here he goes. So, this will be weapons against weapons. Okay. And then let's see. Here's.
Is this our champion, man? Oh man, we should have.
Here's Certic's weapons to defend. Okay.
Oh
he
my
actually
God.
rolled worse in terms of the raw dice. All right, so Treln is gonna tag. He's gonna tag his beneath aspect. And use that up to pop back up onto the stage and get a surprise hit. So that's for +2. He's going to tag his own aspect from the shadows to get another +2. And finally, he's gonna tag the distracted aspect that you put on.
Yeah.
For a total +6. Which is going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. So that will be a 6-point hit to Certic's health bar.
Yeah.
I'm going to add on to this.
Oh, okay.
The strike at that exact moment causes the fireworks display that was supposed to launch when he landed his decisive blow to begin to sputter and malfunction, firing an array of fireworks, backing up the blow and causing it to not only burn with Inversium power, but to also burn with very real power. I'd like to tag machines malfunction. It's what they do.
Okay. And this is using the fireworks that you had set
up.
up.
The fireworks that I set up for his victory speech, yes.
I see. Yeah, as he lunges up from the shadows behind Certic kind of whirls around looking away from Gilligan, but gets a good cut across his side and in that moment, the green energy flares, and suddenly a bunch of fireworks strategically placed around detonate and further shower him with sparks. So that's going to bump that up to an 8-point hit, which means he is not marking a stress box. He is taking a mild consequence.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Taco
All
Bell
right.
mild sauce.
So that's going to be a, we're going to call that singed. The blade, he just barely managed to deflect without real damage, but it left him completely open to the fireworks explosion. So, there you have it.
Yes. Excellent.
Singed League of Legends.
Huh.
Yeah.
Nice job, kid. Ursula.
I think what we had like done previously was like she spends a fate point, she can feel a strike of lightning coming, right?
Yeah.
All right, so what she's gonna do is she's gonna feel that strike of lightning on the way, and she's going to try to pull off a pretty direct maneuver where she feels the lightning coming. She dives onto the stage, and then grabs hold of the Trelb's sword for like just a moment, like right as the lightning's going to hit. Hopefully not like throwing him off too much, but she's
Okay,
hoping.
and so you're trying to get the lightning to strike Trelm's sword and like supercharge it?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll science.
Science, as they would say. Somewhere.
Yeah, in Italian, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to tag iConduit.
Okay. If that bumps that up to a 5, then we're gonna make this a sticky aspect. So he has the aspect now, supercharged sword.
Yeah, that's right. You're fucked now.
That's the top of the round, so cut down here momentarily. Let's see. Dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. So down here, you each hop down into the tunnels. Vile, of course, has no idea that you're here, Esther.
Oh yeah, no.
Naturally.
Yeah.
And you can see running up and down the tunnels and swarming about with guns and bringing in sacks. You can see a band of Cassano's men. Where are your icon? Here we go. Yeah, you can see a band of Cassano's men hauling these things around, and they are moving with great hurried pace to set something up down here. What do you do?
Dr. Vile's going to pull out his most powerful gadget. He pulls out the Prognosticator! Prognosticator, tell me what they plan! What horrid vision of the future do I see?
Ah, all right, Dr. Vile.
Here's over your shoulder.
He is not aware of this.
The Prognosticator whirs to life, and you see it. You see a future in which, in his the contested final moment, when Sertic and Trelm's blades lock for the last time, and a victor is about to be decided, the entire arena is engulfed in a shockwave and a gout of fire as explosives detonate from under it, slaying both of them in that moment. And you can see in the hours, the days, the weeks following that, the enraged Screethy invasion that follows, finally dooming humanity just the same as had Sertic won the duel.
Shulk, what did you see?
Doctor, I got my Minato. Dr. Vile, Dr. Vile begins to shake in place, suddenly worried. Is this it? Is this the moment? Is this the dark future that his professor saw? Could this be the Great Depression? No, this is something worse. This is fire and manted rule. This is the utter extinction of humankind. He flicks the device closed. He looks around, but he sees no one. He fidgets in place. He walks back and forth. He paces repeatedly, and he stomps his foot up and down. Now would be the time for a hero to arrive! He picks the head off his head, throws it on the ground, is like, fine, I'll do it myself! And then he runs in with both the fucking life and death ray.
All right, yeah. You come at these guys. They carrying the packs. They suddenly look over. Oh, no. And they drop them and start going for their guns. But you're just you're running up with both lasers. Go ahead and make a guns roll.
Guns. Tagging life ray and death ray. It's time to go. I'm gonna tag the prognosticator. I know how they're gonna dodge. I was just using it. I know exactly where to shoot to not set the explosives off.
Okay. Yeah, here's their defense, athletics. / roll. Oh, yeah. You come at them with a barrage of fire. They drop the sacks and reach for their guns, but the death ray strikes. You know that they're gonna dodge, but you know that it doesn't matter. They jerk out of the way, the death ray slams into the stonework beside them, and this wooden elevator used to raise gladiators and cage animals into the arena, its support is damaged, and as they stagger to their feet, it just comes down and conks both of them and crushes them beneath it. They're out, and their bags lie unattended on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
But you hear a shout. For the last time! This time! You won't get away so easily. Kasano, down at the end of the hallway, he's seen you. He draws his own sword.
Come on, there are so many better people to have this thematically apt beef with right now. He looks at his guns. They're overheated. He puts them away and then assembles himself and puts up his dukes. Come on, some sort of a hero.
Esther has been watching this whole thing.
You should have remained a jester, skeleton man. He charges you with his sword. Esther, what do you do?
Esther looks down at Nabokov and holds him out and is just like,
should we help him, Nabokov? I kind of don't want to.
You must always help.
Say?
You gonna do it?
Nabokov knows. Just like Trell needed a push before, and you were there for him, maybe this is Dr. Vile's time to do some good. Maybe he just needs a push.
You're right, Nabokov. Everyone deserves a second chance.
She looks at Dr. Vile and launches him at Cass.
Oh my god, this
go ahead and roll mysteries.
Yes. Wait.
Don't forget you can tag for rerolls as well, because you do have -3 on that from your baseline.
Okay. No, I think I'm just gonna do a +2 here.
Okay.
And then favorable action. So +4? Yeah?
Wait a second, that couldn't be! No.
Okay, so you're gonna bump that up to an 8. Let's see. Here's his attempt to he was going for an attack with the sword. He's not really ready to defend with it when a skeleton man just rockets forward at him. So about all he can do is, "Oh, I have to dodge."
Oh my god!
That's 7. What is your health track there, my guy? Yeah, that's gonna be a consequence. Yeah, Dr. Vile, you lunge forward, not of your own will, and just body check him. The sword goes flying. You slam into the wall with him, and he thumps heavily into it. And you can tell he immediately shakes his head, tries to right himself, looks around wildly. He's not looking at you. He's looking for something else. Your eyes fall upon it at the same time as him. The detonator!
Oh my god. Vile looks at it, looks at Kasano, looks back to the detonator, and then does something completely out of character. His body, it wants him to dive, but in this moment, he closes his eyes, opens his hand, and simply reaches it out and waits to be thrown like the ragdoll he is.
You hold out your arm. Ah, I don't need to lunge for the detonator. The detonator will come to me. Wait, shit! You go to the detonator.
This is my moment of implicit trust. This is my good guy. Oh god!
You fly, and unintentionally, as you go, you reached out your arm. Kasano got it just in front of you, running for the detonator, and so when you rocket from behind him, you fucking tabletop him inadvertently, and you go tumbling in a pile down the tunnel. Your hand reaches out, you do indeed grasp the detonator, and let's see. I'm going to compel machines malfunction.
Yeah,
what they do.
I shake your hand. We have the same idea. Does it start to spark worryingly?
Oh, you know it, baby.
Yeah.
You gain a fate point. You can see little red lights blinking, leaking out of the seams of the sacks that the grunts were carrying.
The two are like intertwined and like struggling over the detonator, and then it pops into the air, and he's like, "What? What? No! 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 Like, run! What have you done?" He runs back over to the sacks.
You open them up. Yes, there are indeed detonators strapped to plastic explosive, which has been invented by now.
Oh, I see.
Huh.
Vile's looking back and forth. He's at the sacks, and how many are there? How heavy are these things?
There's 2 that these guys dropped, and you can see down the tunnel. There's 1 more that's already been placed further in.
He looks back. Oh my god. He looks at the single sack that's already been placed in. He turns his back. His cape billows in for an entire moment, and he says it out loud. "Arch nemesis, I'm leaving that one to you." And then he's going to shove all of the blinking sacks as hard and as far as he can down the tunnel. He knows he can't stop them, but if he can just get them far enough away.
All right,
Oh
you
goodness.
take off, and Esther, the red light beckons you. This is your time. But
She's-
first, we're gonna
going
cut
to-
there real quick.
Oh! Okay.
This will be back to you momentarily. Well, it sounded like you were ready to say something. So if you have a cliffhanger, go for it.
Nope, we're good.
Okay. Vile in one direction, Kasano pursuing him. Esther looks down the tunnel. Beep, 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 beep. And meanwhile, the duel continues, not knowing the doom lurking beneath the surface for all of you.
Uh,
Alright,
Mhm.
let's see. What's it time for? Yeah. Ceratic lunges in again and looks like he's gonna go for another sword strike, but this time, when it's parried, he simply shunts both blades off to the side, reaches out a claw, and he's gonna try to just grab and pin Trelm to the ground.
oh.
This is going to be might. And Trelm has to defend with... Oh, he doesn't have might at a stat. Unfortunate.
Let's see. You could always tag electric minefield. Just saying, there's things on the ground. It's gonna be hard to grab him and knock him down without them both getting hurt, you know?
Trelm is actually fairly low on fate points, so I think he's
Oh,
just
okay,
gonna
yeah.
take this one.
Oh, fuck.
It's cool. I've got this. So they're like blade clashing, right?
Off to the side, yeah, while they grapple with their other claws.
They, you know what? I'm good actually. No, let him take it. Fuck it.
Okay. So, in this case, I'm just gonna have him take that 4-point health stress hit. Take that box.
You're just saying it to yourself. Wait, I took the box?
No,
Oh.
Trelm did.
Okay, because I was just like, oh, why are you saying tick the box? I'm like, what? Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Emotional pain.
Emotional damage.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Alright, so it's my turn?
Yes.
Fuck, I don't know how to help this. I've already shit-talked him. I've already claimed that he loves Earth when it's the thing he hates the most in life. God, what the fuck do I do? Let's see. I think I'll hold until after Trelm, just to see how Trelm deals. If I can back him up, you know.
Okay. I think now... Yeah, now he's gonna go for it. So now, Trelm is gonna try and reversal this and flip Ceratic over to be the one on the ground with him on top. And he's gonna try and do it... He's gonna try and do it with dexterity rather than raw power.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna have this be in athletics. Okay. And Ceratic's gonna resist with might. Okay, he's beating him by 1. I think he is now... Yeah, okay. He's now gonna tag your electric minefield, so when he reversals this suplex and gets on top of him momentarily, they roll over directly onto one of your electric patches, Ursula, shocking Ceratic beneath him. So that's going to be a 3-point health hit for Ceratic.
Oh. By the way, what does
Gilligan?
consequences do? So he has like a mild consequence of
Yeah,
sin.
so he has the... Yeah, so that's it. That functions like an aspect. So it can be tagged, number 1. You get a mild consequence. If you take another one, it's a moderate. If you take another one, it's severe. And if you would take a consequence when you have severe, then you are taken out altogether.
Oh, taken out.
Most characters will concede before it gets to that point.
Trying to think. Oh, it's so hard because I don't really have any like much verbal like things. I can sneak around and I can shoot gun, but as far as emotional support, you see my daughter. Let's see.
Skill list real
yeah,
quick.
I can keep shit talking, but like even then it's not like the greatest. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably gonna try to encourage Trelm. Yeah, Trelm's their name, okay? Trelm by just like feeding him encouragement, like, yeah, you're doing great. You're making Earth very proud.
Okay.
Go
Go ahead and roll rapport.
You're doing good, kid. Rapport. Let's see. Oh man, great stat. And then I'm gonna tag Fresh Father of the Year because I'm
You're talking like a father.
I'm talking about that. He's just like, yeah, good job, sport.
Oh, get him, champ.
Get him, champ. Are you winning, son?
All right. Yeah, I'll give him a temporary aspect for that. Encouraged.
He doesn't have a lot of fate points, but like, hey man, it's there if you want. That's all I can help with.
All right, Ursula.
I think she's also going to encourage from the sidelines, but like she has the energy that she is watching like a boxing match at this point, since the swords have just been discarded. And she's shouting at him, "Come on, give him the right hook! Come on!" And she's encouraging him to use the gauntlet.
Okay.
For an extra shock.
So here's a fun thing you could attempt, mechanically speaking. So normally you most commonly make declarations with like the thinky man stats like science and academics, but you can technically make them about any area of expertise. So you could perchance do something like you're an expert fighter with your fists. You could make some kind of declaration about one of their respective fighting styles to try and place an aspect that gives Treln an opportunity to, say, take advantage of a weakness in the fighting form or something. That's a good way to generate aspects that can have free tags.
Oh.
You don't have to do exactly that, but that's like something that occurs to me. If you want to try for declarations, you can potentially do them about fighty things.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah. Was that Aloha?
No. I was just like, yeah, you could try to figure out how to like declare something with use your fist roll, because boxing matches and shit. I don't know.
Yeah, I think she will do that and tag Fisticuffs, and she's going to, let's see. All right, yeah. So as a declaration, she's going to give Treln advice from the sidelines on where to strike to knock his opponent unconscious.
Okay. And for flavor here, you can make up whatever you want, but what is it about their fighting styles that creates this opening? Be an anime glasses character for a second.
Okay. What was exactly the position they are right now?
Right now they're tussling. They're on top of one another, and the swords are locked at the side, so they're effectively fist fighting, which is what made me think of this.
Okay. Alright, as Treln has what was his name again? It started with C, right? Certic, yes. As Treln has Certic, like pushed down against like the electric minefield, she starts shouting out, "Come on! Alright, just slam him against it, use the gauntlet and go boom!" She's like not really making a lot of sense. But
okay.
Yeah, I
think,
go
ahead and roll fists.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. Okay, you have that that aspect. I'm gonna say, yeah, the old lightning fist. It's a favorite of yours, and rarely does anyone else have the opportunity to use it. All right. I think, let's see. So neither of them actually like pinned or established a block. They both went for stress. So they shove off of one another in a moment, and you can tell, Gilligan, you can feel that menacing aura again. You've been saying an awful lot of words there, talky man.
Yeah.
And he seems to have reached the limit of what he will tolerate. And in a moment when they tumble apart, rather than leaping back at Traum, Sertic pulls his sword, and he's going to just dart at you and straight up just try and behead your fishbowl in one clean motion to shut you up.
Whoa!
This is going to be a weapons attack at you.
Stop! I can't dodge. Oh, I know what to do. So, to defend, what I'm going to do is temporarily detach my head so the blade goes in between the bottom of my head and the body.
Okay, because, yeah, you know, that's reasonable. Okay, still go ahead and roll athletics, but you'll get attacked in my vile body easily.
It's fine. 0, and then like my vile body, and then fish out of water. You can just tag both.
Oh
those.
yeah.
And then and then
Fish is being removed.
just boop, and the head comes off, and the blade just goes through, and it's like, what?
Yeah, no, you can tell he's taken aback at this. This is not a viable option for dodging in most cases.
Jesus.
Trell, Blade Master, you cannot involve others. He sputters. He doesn't respond in words. He's so fucking incensed with you, Gilligan. You can hear from above some non-translated dialogue from the Screethy up there, and Sertic suddenly looks around warily. Go ahead and make an empathy roll.
Empathy roll. I can empathize.
You can do this too, Ursula.
Whoa. Empatha.
Let's see. With that one, I think this is simple enough. I'll give it to you with any positive value. You're pretty sure from context, even though you couldn't understand what was just said.
Yeah.
He fucked up. He shouldn't have done that. And it is at least, it seems likely to you that because he has now violated this rule, you can fucking deck him if you want.
Oh man.
That you are no longer forbidden to interfere.
Tradesies. Alright.
I think, Troun looks at you like, and his face seems to convey the same thing. You get the sense he can't tell you to do it without looking bad himself. But he immediately changes tactics and starts circling around behind him to put himself on the opposite side of you guys. And Serta kind of looks around and growls, and he is gonna run. He's gonna run up and go for another leg sweep to try and off-balance Sertic here. So that's going to be a weapons roll.
Oh, yeah!
Defense.
Oh.
And he's going to spend a fate point. He is going to tag... He's gonna tag Sertic's Singed Consequence because Sertic instinctively moves to defend the area that's wounded, but that's what he's expecting.
Yeah.
He overcomes him by 1, so Sertic gets a temporary aspect off balance.
To hop in,
yes.
I'd also like to tag something. In this moment, the machinations put in place by Ursula and Dr. Vile flare to life, and the two blades clash. He knows exactly where to strike, and chung! Something changes in the sword. One blade exchanged for another. That description from earlier. not only is this an Inversium blade, what's this? A second deployable blade of Universium? It sweeps in and starts to cut through, creating the utterly worthless Neutralium. But this scenario lasts only for a second before, kerchung, the blade switches back again to Inversium versus Inversium, giving him a mere moment to strike through, weakening his opponent's blade. Universium.
Wow.
All right, go ahead and roll science. Sounds like a declaration to me.
Yes.
Beyonce.
I'm declaring many things right now. That's some superb science right now.
Yeah, and you're tagging Universium to bump that to a 7, I guess?
Yeah, or I tag Universium, I think, to help my boy Trelm.
Oh, okay. Well, he's getting, he'd have to succeed by a lot more to get a much better consequence, so you're probably better off spending it on the declaration.
Oh, that's fair enough, that's fair enough. Yeah, I'll keep it on mine.
Okay.
Yeah, because the declaration's like
yeah.
a free tag, right?
Yes. So you've got a free tag on, let's see, Flickering Blade.
Yes!
And the three of you square up. Now it's not a 1 versus 1 anymore. Meanwhile, Esther, the red light beckons you from the end of the tunnel.
So, you said these were plastic explosives, right?
Yes.
So, I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna use... Load character sheet. There we go. I'm gonna use an aspect I haven't used yet, I don't think. Which is, this one. Wisdom of the Papa.
Wisdom.
Papa has taught her many things. Table manners. How, you know, just general niceties. Don't show off your powers to strangers. That kind of thing. Say please and thank you. If you encounter a plastic explosive, here's what you gotta do to make it not explode.
Yeah. I'm a good dad, I swear. I'm a great father.
So
All
she's
right, yeah,
gonna...
I'll take it. Based on what his profession is, I believe it.
So she's gonna run up and look at it and disable it. I don't know how to undo a plastic explosive, but
You see.
if she can't disable it, then I guess fling it away is the only other option, I guess.
Okay, well, flinging it away will probably be... If you just want to get it out of here, you can probably use mysteries for that. Disabling it will be engineering.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have that, so let's fling it away.
You look at
Okay.
it. Your
Are
father has told you how to disable Russian bombs, which are all red wires. But you look at these wires. It's green, white, and red. What does this mean?
Every country's respective national bomb color coding. And are you gonna run with it after Cassano and Dr. Vile, or in a different way?
So, she's gonna follow Dr. Vile, but she's gonna do it in a way where she's behind it, and she's gonna just shove it forward like it's like a speeding crate in front of her, and if that happens to like barrel over anybody, that's none of her business. She's gotta get it out of here, and she's gonna make it go as fast as possible.
Okay, go ahead and roll mysteries. Okay, you've got a ways to go. If you can get that up to a 6, then you'll get everything you want out of this.
Okay, well I tagged that aspect there. Does that make it a 6?
Oh well, I figured you were tagging that for disarming the bomb, right? But just throwing it away is going to be a different sort of action.
Well, that's what he told her to do.
Oh, to just throw it away.
Throw it away.
Classic.
As far away as possible.
And don't look at the explosion.
And yes, and don't look at it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll let you do that.
I can also.
No, it's fine. I
Okay.
prepared suitable revenge. I'll.
Okay.
It's fine. You grab the explosive, and with your powers, you begin pushing it down the tunnel like it's a hockey puck. You're just moving it in front of you, and because you're not actually encumbered by it, despite your short legs, you catch up in relatively quick order with the General and Dr. Vile, each struggling to run out with these explosives while maintaining control of them. And you come around a corner, they don't see you, you didn't know exactly where they were, so indeed, you accidentally bowl them over as you go. Pisano lands on his ass, Dr. Vile tumbles forward and further out along with you, and you begin to emerge from the tunnel into the light, safely carrying the explosives out of the Colosseums underneath, and you dust your hands off. It's a job well done. Wait, you dust your hands off? Your hands are free. You look around. I'm going to compel Uncle Nabokov. He slipped out of your hands. He's still in there.
You sick son of a bitch.
You gain a fate
she's
point
running
for
back
the compel.
immediately.
Dr. Vile, you tumble out of there. The explosives come with you. Still beeping, but they're a safe enough distance from the building that they shouldn't harm anyone inside now. You come out with the explosives, and a couple of the soldiers who are out here see you coming back out carrying the explosives that are already flashing, and they just fucking book it. They start jumping into vehicles and driving away into the city.
Just screaming.
and you made it out. You look around, and wait, what is she doing here?
Yeah.
You see Esther running back inside.
Dr. Vile turns around and sprints after her.
All right, Esther, you quickly you make it back inside. You see where you dropped him, and you
Bastard.
see. Yeah, no, you see.
Don't touch him!
Cassano rubbing his head, trying to figure out what the fuck is happening down here. He has a gun in one hand, and you see as you burst into the hallway, he looks at you, kind of puzzled, and looks down at the floor. He sees Nabokov, and you see the wheels turning in his head. What do you do?
She cries out. She's a little girl that lost her beloved stuffed fish. Give it back!
He looks confused for a minute, but realizes,
Let him
right,
go! You're hurting him!
you're the girl. He puts it together. He goes from confusion to a rather unbefitting a man of his station, taking candy from a child sneer. He picks up Nabokov and holds a gun to his head.
Oh, Dr. Vile, behind you immediately, you hear a click as the prognosticator slides shut behind him, and he lets out a weary robo sigh as he step, moves towards them.
Any closer and the fish gets it. I can't believe I'm saying this. This is the worst day of my life.
It's about to be the worst day of mine. Dr. Vile throws both of his hands up and offers himself instead.
His eyes now.
Is this some sort of trick?
Sorry, unfortunately, no. The prognosticator never lies, and you're a sick enough freak to shoot that fish. He takes another step forward. So, step. Let's see
He
if you're
actually
willing.
begins backing up from you. He's so like, what the fuck is happening? And you're so weirdly confident. He is concerned there is something going on here he doesn't know about. What is the significance of this fish? Is the fish a bomb? All these thoughts playing across his face as you approach.
He continues walking forward, cryptically head empty, offering nothing. Expression locked in a twisted grin. So, what are you gonna do? He taps his chest. If you're gonna pick up the gun, might as well point it at a valid target, right? Takes another step forward.
You abomination. Don't mock me! He tosses Nabokov aside, and he does indeed point the gun at you.
Yes!
He's about to take a shot. What do you do?
Nothing!
Do you do anything, Esther, in this moment?
Yeah. As soon as he drops Nabokov, she's gonna fling him into the ceiling of the tunnel.
Oh boy. Make a mysteries roll.
Character sheet, where'd you go?
I'm
Why
just
can't I open
gonna,
it?
I'm just
Yeah.
do this.
Oh, what? 1 second.
Ah,
Oh, there we go. Okay.
that sick son of a bitch. Yeah.
Oh jeez. Okay. Yeah, and do you want to tag anything? I think you can certainly, if you want, tag Uncle Nabokov.
Yes.
You know what? Let's go fucking ham.
Out for one last ride. Yeah, he, with a wild look in his eyes, the general pushed to his limit, draws his gun on you, and his finger clenches around the trigger. The hammer begins to fall, and suddenly, he just pops straight up like he was standing under an air jet. Head smashes into the underside of another of these wooden lifts, and he falls back down, almost lands on his feet, practically. That's how straight up and down it was, and then just... the gun goes clattering. Nabokov and Dr. Vile, you've saved them both.
Dr. Vile, like, was doing the thing where you hold your hands up over your head, like, he was ready to get shot, and then, thunk, thunk, thunk. What? It doesn't, what? Huh? He's like looking around. Ah, yes, of course! He stands on the general's, like, unconscious body. I knew that would happen! The prognosticator never lies. He flicks open the device again. He saw a split second of Nabokov getting shot and the child crying, and he went,
This future cannot come to pass.
why'd I do that? He kicks the general on the way out and it's like, stupid emotions. Grumbles while heading back to, and then turns around and like looks at Esther.
Esther has immediately sprinted to pick up Nabokov and dust him off and hugs him, and then she looks up at Dr. Vile, very teary-eyed.
Couldn't change the future anyway, I suppose.
He runs up and hugs your leg.
What is He's like, there's a split second of, what is happening? What? Malfunction. This is nice. Pats her on top of the hat repeatedly. It is the most robotic shit you've seen in your life.
You hear a very tiny little thank you.
Followed by, you look down, and you can swear for just a moment you see the googly eye shift in your direction.
Thank you.
Dr. Vile is like, He tries to remember. He remembers back to his youth. What are you supposed to say in a moment like this to be polite? You're welcome. It sounds so alien, so different.
She looks up and smiles at you genuinely.
Dr. Vile's entire body does not know how to respond to that. He's like, that was, let's go,
Yeah,
save
ting, ting, ting,
your
ting,
father. Yep, aha. Oh, right, Mantis sword fight. Let's, you watch his body arc up and down like a cartoon character, and then he wilts, and as you make a little distance away, his like form, cape hanging low, skulks over, and he like looks over his shoulder and he's like, that wasn't half bad. Scratching cheek, step after step up the stairs.
She continues to smile and hold your hand.
Oh.
And finally,
You
can see both combatants are panting. But you think, Ursula, you're an old-fashioned boxer. You can tell this is gonna be the final round. One way or another, it's time to settle this. Gilligan, you have the first move.
Gilligan's going to look up to the sky at the insect overlords, and he's going to just say, "So this is the warrior you provide us? Someone who attacks the crowd, someone who's not even interested in this fight in the first place. They're just tired, annoyed. They didn't want to do it in the first place. That's why it didn't happen sooner." And also, Gilligan's gonna go on. He even had people stationed outside to stop us from getting here to give you the show in the first place. This is the quality that you can expect from you insect mantis warlords, huh? He's going.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, pretty much. He's going to try to make these insect spectators even more mad, because it's just like, we wanted a show and this guy's not doing it honorably, like we are. We're 100% honorable. This guy not.
Okay. So some of what you said is technically true.
Yeah.
But I think overall this seems like a deceit roll.
Yeah, that was more. You see, the greatest lies have a hint of truth.
Have a hint of the truth.
Yeah. So that's deceit roll. Bop. Superb.
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 Let's see.
Yeah, and I'm gonna use my last fate point to tag Scrithy spectators, because I'm trying to appeal to.
You're appealing to them.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's gonna be a 7. Let's see. I think. I think he can only. He can only defend with. Wait. Oh my god, is he a victim of just like you guys? Oh, okay, no, he does have rapport. He does have rapport. I thought I was like, is rapport not on his character sheet?
No.
Is it his alertness? He's gonna try and defend and play this off. Not that well.
Yeah, so that's a 1 versus the 7.
Yeah. He stops and looks up as well.
Lies! Oh, lies from a human mouth! You cannot believe a word he says. I took the action I took simply to keep him from impugning my honor and yours any further.
I think Trelm is gonna pipe in here and add something as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is really funny. He speaks up. He momentarily lowers his own sword.
For a long time, based on your judgment, I believed I was an unworthy warrior,
that I had betrayed my people and my principles out of a selfish desire. But it wasn't me who did that, was it? You were the unworthy warrior. He's gonna tag his aspect, the unworthy warrior. To add on to that, that puts you at a 9, so a +8 against him. I want to momentarily extend an offer to you, Monichi. Do you want to add something here and tag an aspect of your own?
His dick's small too.
My favorite
Got him.
aspect.
I don't think I have something.
Okay.
That's fine.
Let's see.
Mhm.
So you're at +8 on this.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Okay. So.
Oh,
Wait,
Rebel
wait.
Spark actually. Rebel Spark applies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What does Ursula say?
Okay. I think this was over the moment that you broke your own rules.
Fair point.
Fair point. Let's.
All right.
Yeah.
He looks to each of you in turn, looks up at the spectators, cause that bumps you up to an 11. His defense is a 1. That's a 10-point. I'm gonna treat this as a social composure hit.
Mhm.
He only has 6 boxes. You just took him out.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's really funny and not the way I expected this to end.
It's like the sword looks at him and it's like, the Silence brand crab that shoots the lasers and just bug zaps him.
I think so he Sertic looks up, waiting for some kind of judgment, and lights flicker across the surfaces of the obelisk suspended in the air, and a small crackle begins to appear beneath them. And he looks up. No, you can't! I've waited so long just for this! I've only done what you wanted! And, Ursula, you know this. When a bolt of lightning strikes, the first strike is actually from the earth to the sky, forming the conduit of particles along which the electrons will travel down. And something very similar happens here. Sertic's sword glows brighter and brighter for a moment, and then suddenly, that green energy along its side, it strikes upward like an inverted bolt of lightning and is drawn up into the web of energy between the ships at the top. And his sword is simply left inert. He kind of staggers back as if physically struck. The blade clatters to the ground. No, you can't. I will not live an exile. I will die a blade master. He reaches down, he picks it up, he flips it around, and before any of you have time to react, the blade is in his own gut.
Oh.
He falls to his hind legs, and in spite of everything, Traum runs up and kind of tries to grab him and steady him from behind, but he's swatted away with a claw.
I do not and will never acknowledge your victory, nor yours. Savor this moment. The Skrethi are not the only empire in this galaxy, and if these are the tricks you must resort to save your hides, then you've bought yourself a brief reprieve indeed.
And he lies still. Esther and Dr. Vile, you come rushing back in from the bottom, and you can see it's over.
Yeah, you might not want to. That's all right. Look away from that thing.
Blade Master. This is not how I would have wished things to end.
Oops.
I wanted to make him see. But perhaps he was blind. The obelisks overhead exchange a few more patterns of lights between them, and then, without any further warning or fanfare, they begin to lift rapidly upwards, up into the cloud cover, and soon beyond it. And you can't see it, but you can just imagine the same thing happening all around the world.
Oh. Is that it? Are we safe? Are we good?
I think we're safe. For now.
I thank you all. I would not have been able to stand here today, much less to fight my old master without your help.
It's fine. You're a fine champion.
Extends a claw toward you, Esther. Child, did you truly mean everything that you said?
Mm-hmm. Papa says it's bad to tell lies to friends.
Two friends.
Your father is wise indeed. I had not expected to live beyond today, necessarily. I do not know what I will do now.
Go to the orchard.
Looks at you, and you feel like you can imagine a smile there. A wonderful idea. I made the trip after all. I think I will do just that. And then I probably won't be able to keep my existence a secret any longer.
Perhaps you should join the Sentry Club. You've got plenty of resources. I'm sure they would love to reward you for your hard work today.
That's a fascinating idea, to exist openly with humans. I think, after so many words I spared for the Earth's beauty, the reality is I have nothing to compare it to. I have not seen Mars, nor anywhere further between, and I think the fact that my race never knew other worlds is perhaps why they and Certic acted as they did. I think I will take this opportunity to see some of them myself. And this planet will never cease to be my home.
Aww.
He sheathes his sword. Once again, I thank you all. Bows to you.
What Gilligan's going to do, walk up to his master's body and point over to the sword in the body. I think you should take this as a reminder
Hmm.
Not like a mantis to only have one blade.
It is very much like the Screethy to have only one blade, as that is the style in which we are most proficient.
But mantises have two, you know.
I mean, he got
Ow.
you there.
Kind of cocks his head to the side. I think I understand the metaphorical implications of your statement, however. He
Man,
goes.
Are you sure you gotta go see the universe? I like you. You're sassy.
I have not encountered that word before, but I appreciate the compliment.
You are welcome. We're all trying new words today.
If you make it back in this lifetime, I'd like to hear about your travels.
I hope that I shall. We grossly miscalculated the span of time over which this would take place relative to human lifespan, so I will endeavor not to make the same mistake again. But goodness, a mere 70, 80, 100 of your planet's orbits around the sun? That's scarcely time to leave the solar system and return. But I will do my best. I would like to see you all again as well. He kind of vaults up to the edge of the Colosseum. Ah, it looks like things are calming down with the withdrawal of my people. I will endeavor to leave the city before my presence can cause any alarm. But I hope and I think that it will not be the last time we see one another. Farewell, brave humans.
Yeah, Esther waves, and then makes Nabokov's fin wave as well.
Ah!
Sure enough, things do calm down in the city. Only hours later, having confirmed that none of the vessels are still present, looming in the skies anywhere over Italy, and with your own roles in this whole endeavor becoming not public knowledge, but certainly known to all of the key players, someone comes to bid you congratulations, farewell, and to thank you very deeply.
Umberto!
Oh, it is wonderful to see you all again in one piece, my friends.
Yes. I was scared about your life once we encountered some military men. Seemed to be not on our side.
Yeah, his face darkens. Yes, I did not think they would be so bold, but the unfortunate reality is that the military has plenty of men, like Cassano, who openly support the fascisti. I'm afraid it is unlikely the full truth of events will come out, and even if it did, a disturbing number of my countrymen would still be ready to follow a man like him, or like Mussolini. I fear dark days are ahead for Italy. But if they are ahead, it means they are not here now. And for that, I thank you.
Fish nod.
My father is busy restoring order, but I could not very well let you depart without conveying my own deepest thanks to you.
It's always nice to see a friendly face.
And you can see he looks at you all warmly, and for perhaps the first time, Dr. Violet doesn't look like he makes an exception for you.
Damn.
He like looks around. He's like, ah, God, this is something. Yes, it's. Time to. He's about to pull out the prognosticator and check this guy's Wikipedia article, and he's like, not today, old friend. Regardless of what the future holds, yes, let's enjoy today. All right.
Perhaps a month. and some
Perhaps
change.
a month. I don't know, a month and a day. No, he holds back every single impulse.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you
Sure,
for
here.
your assistance.
Oh, I did what small things I could. The future will be difficult for me as well, I suspect. My father is a wise ruler, but he cares first and foremost about preserving order. Without having gotten a chance to distinguish myself in the Great War, I have been uncertain of my role. Whether I should involve myself in politics to oppose men like Kasano, or whether that is not my place. But I think I will draw some measure of courage from this.
Yes.
For that as well, I thank you. But all of these formalities are tiresome. You should have a chance to be our honored guests as well, if only for a time. Rome is the most beautiful city in the world, after all.
Yes. When in Rome.
Ha.
Ah.
Yes, one of... Ha. Ha. Yes, we don't have that expression in my country for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have one other epilogue scene
Yeah.
that I have planned,
Good.
but I want to give you this one last opportunity for intra-party banter or anything else you want to do as like a final scene for your character. It doesn't have to be here.
Yeah.
I think Vile will probably bounce first, knowing him. He looks around and he's like sort of shaking slightly. He's like, is this what happens every time? Like, you get pats on the back and nice music and you don't know what to do with your hands? Does this happen every time?
Yes.
I never know what to do with my hands.
This is hard.
Yes. I always
You'll
knew.
get used to it.
Damn! Vile's like,
Yes.
Maybe I will. He like screws up his body again and like stands, looks at the group as a whole, is like, okay. Ursula, it was an honor to be working alongside your marvelous technical accomplishments rather than directly against them, and I have no choice but to acknowledge your scientific achievements. He like is screwed up and like this is physically paining him.
She also has a pained expression. I also have no choice but to acknowledge that you're not so terrible.
Okay, cool, we did it.
Hands.
He shakes your hand. It is
You get a
the
little
worst.
shock.
He gets a little shocked. He malfunctions a little bit. This would historically go down as the worst handshake in human history. After he recovers, he turns around and is like, Scales,
Damien.
your body's in Russia. He throws you a map.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to capture you for a short while.
That's nice. He almost says, be a dick move if you did, and then looks down at the kid and goes, beat. Downright, sportsmanlike if you did that. Turns back around, looks down at Esther and goes, world needs more ghost hunters. Too many people worried about the living. Somebody's got to worry about the dead. Pat, pat.
She says,
I'll be there the next time you need something good to happen too.
His entire body like rises again. He's about to let out another evil speech, and then exhales the rattling of bones, and then you get the feeling, if there is any extra sense, the ability to read inanimate objects, you feel like you read a genuine smile from that skull-like mask. He offers you all a slight wave and walks down the path into the distance, one step at a time, and then makes it halfway down the bridge and leaps over the side while cackling, commandeering a boat, and disappearing into the distance.
Don't you forget about me.
You got it!
World
Like,
needs more
you get the 80s movie freeze frame, but it's like, it's not on the boat leaving. It's like there's a guy in a boat, and it cuts in the middle of Dr. Bug going like, ha! And like dropping down.
Yep. World needs more villains like him.
Can we really even call him a villain at this point?
You see, Dr. Vile, he's an interesting one. He's more of a villain to bring out the good in people than the vileness of the world around him.
Slow scratches her head. That's weird. That's weird. Okay.
I mean, at the end of the day, when peril happens, heroes, even the most unlikely, rise to the occasion to save the day. And Fish just kind of shrugs, and if it's a silly one that doesn't really have that much of a consequence, then, heroes are made and they just, are there.
Somewhere in the distance, on a boat, Dr. Vile's prognosticator clicks open. A future so narrowly avoided. A scene plays out in full, the very same, where he's still stuck there. A few words leave his mouth. Yes, finally, someone gets it. And if I were to point to any heroes that need to exist, look no further. Pretty much the best of the best the Century Club's ever had to offer. He, fuming, slams the prognosticator shut. Not today, not today! And drives away in his boat.
You say drives away as if he didn't, like, drop down on a gondolier and is now paddling at 2 miles per hour.
You assume that his legs aren't flailing like a motor.
Oh, okay, yeah. You know what? Fair. I thought I was a step ahead, but you were one further.
One spinning leg ahead.
Yes.
Well, I think that leaves me to just head off now. You two go do your thing.
She kind of like finger guns at them, like, good saving the world with y'all again. I'm ridiculously tired, hungry. I'm gonna go find something to eat. I hear there's some really good food around here. I haven't really had much of a chance to eat most of it. Just keeps going.
Always good to work with you.
Esther waves after you.
Bye bye.
Gilligan going to push the hat farther down onto Esther's head and just say, proud of you. You did more than you had to do.
Oh, she's very pleased.
Yep.
Thank you, Papa.
Go home. I wonder what Ron's doing.
Well, you say that.
Yep.
Elsewhere,
Our boy!
another proud parent and family man is himself finishing what has been a very long days, plural, of work. And Ron Flecker, former U.S. Marshal and go-between with the Bureau of Investigation, steps into a very nicely decked out office in their headquarters in Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C.
Alright, Eddie. This really is the last one. It's the last one. It's the last one you're getting. I told you I was retiring. I meant it. you know, like, for now anyway, like, I know we were doing the whole fakey retirement thing, so I can, that's it for now. I got a lot of time I need to spend with my darling Janine and with my my little sprog at home, alright? Oh, of course, Ron. Ronnie. You're the bee's knees. I would never stand in your way. You've done great work. You continue to do great work. Heard you did a bang-up job on cleaning up at Komarov's place. Yeah, no, it's all taken care of. None of that stuff's gonna leak out. Shame we couldn't nab him, but, you know, I'd say we made out pretty well in the end. Oh, yeah, no, I agree. Fine work from you, and your friends at the Century Club, right? That's right. Yeah, had some help from an old friend and some of his old friends. I think we are gonna owe him a lot after this one. Ha! Yeah. I'll make sure I'll do him a solid if I get the chance. Ryan, you got the, yeah, it's all here. Ron sets a briefcase down on the desk. Oh, Ron, I could kiss you. Oh, that's all right, Eddie. I am married, as you know. Have you met my secretary? Oh, she showed me in. She seems very, very present. She has a presence. Yeah, that's one way to put it. Woman walks in after him. We all be needing anything else, Mr. Flecker? No, that's all right. Sorry, I didn't catch your name. Oh, this is great. This is Tracy. Tracy's wonderful. Just hired on. She's my private secretary. Tracy Redfield, Ron Flecker. Ron Flecker, Tracy Redfield. Miss Redfield. No, I have a curious feeling perhaps we've met somewhere before. Oh, I should say not, mister. I'm sure I would recognize a fine mustache like your own. My wife says the same thing. Well, and, Eddie, I'll leave it to you from here. I am going off the grid. Don't contact me for any world-threatening emergencies for at least 3 months, alright? Yeah, it's the least I can do, Ron. You know, you say you're tired of work, but between you and me, kind of leans forward in his chair, maybe you're just tired of DC. You think maybe you want to go back up to New York for a while? I was thinking about it, yeah. Maybe, you know, if you're not entirely out of public service, you could consider, I believe, they're gonna be electing a new police commissioner up there soon, aren't they? I suppose it's getting near that time of year. I could make it happen for you. I got a lot of friends in New York, Ron. Give it a thought. I'll think about it, Eddie. For now, it's vacation time. Miss Redfield? Mr. Flecker, right this way. I'll show you out. She steals as long a glance as she can at some of the papers on his desk before escorting Ron away. Oh boy, Ronnie, you really outdone yourself this time? He opens up the briefcase, and inside takes out several twisted and scorched pieces of metal, but some that are still in pristine condition, glowing with green energy. And, he leans back in his chair. He's recently been promoted to deputy head of the agency, but he's confident within 5 years he'll be the director of this place. He'll be running the show. And it returns his mind to contemplating the alien technology in front of him, the danger and the opportunity that it represents. If this dust-up has reaffirmed one thing in his mind, it's that power like this has to be kept out of the wrong hands. Communists, foreigners, criminals, pinheads, lefties, jazz musicians. In the hands of real Americans,
Thank God.
In the hands of someone like J. Edgar Hoover. Imagine the possibilities. But that's a story for another time.
Holy shit! In-fucking-credible.
Yeah.
Holy
Clap.
shit! Great work, everyone.
Good job. God.
Holy shit, what a conclusion. Trelm, truly the Ron Flecker of Mars.
That's fucking... God damn. That was a lot of fun. That was so much fun.
That was so much fucking
That
fun.
was awesome. Thank you, Aram.
Thank you,
Thank you
Aram.
guys for playing. I had a good time too.
God. It was just so fucking... I don't know. It was just so fucking funny. It was just like... I don't know. Just being in it and then just like... living tables, living cars, fucking... mantises. Mantises. It's like in a movie where it's just like the final scene and J. Edgar Hoover, blah blah blah, it zooms out to the sky to show like the skyline of New York, and then this flying car goes into the camera, and that's when the credits start. Oh man.
Holy
fucking-
shit.
So fucking the declarations, the Universium, the Inversium, just all of it was just so fucking. It was so fucking fun and beautiful. God, I smile on my face the entire time.
Fucking legendary.
But you know what else puts a smile on my face? Fan art.
Fan art, licking
Sorry.
finger. Yeah, nice.
Yeah. First from Where Jonas, we have Spirit of the Century Earth Defense Force. EDF.
Yes.
Yes. And then
That came free out of the box.
yeah, and then from BH Behemoth we have a bunch more Gilligan Scales stuff. Gilligan Scales and Shrimpfall. Gilligan Scales and Octa Kitty. Gilligan Scales and Quantum of Sawfish. And then Agent Gilligan Scales and Tomorrow Never Fries. Fucking bless these. And then from Enid, we have Mega Mind, fucking Dr. Vile, yeah. Oh fuck. First, and then from Enid we have Robbie Rotten, fucking Dr. Vile.
Holy shit, hold on one sec.
Yeah. It's not him being far away this time, it's him actually being far away. Yeah.
Have you heard the sound of a rubber ball breaking a window? Would you like to?
Yeah. And then from Leslie 2020 is a Monado. Yeah.
I'm so happy.
Yeah. I messaged Jay and I was like, hey dude, why don't you put a prognosticator on the Mantis guy's sword so it just becomes the fucking Monado.
Monado.
And then from Lemieux.
Hold me, Plushfish. That was such a strong note to open the session on. Holy shit.
Yeah. And then from me to everyone in a trench coat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost. I'm very proud that we were able to actually like kind of have the fight happen without actually fully intervening.
Yeah.
It's
That
like-
was good.
Yeah.
Oh, and
That
then
was
another
neat.
one, which is the Marksley Booth mask. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bang. Yeah. Thank you, Leslie 2020. And then from
Blood
BH
coming out of
Behemoth,
the sleeve.
Dr. Wiles, Leslie
my
Gilligan Scales,
God.
fish
Fish
off.
off.
I'm gonna take your fish
Fish.
off. You gotta do the hand gesture too.
Yeah, take his fish off.
Off. And from BH Behemoth, we are Earth's champion.
Oh my god,
Because, man,
incredible.
Connor Mantis,
gonna-
which anime?
I'll tell you right now, way back when, I was like, oh man, now that I know there's two mad scientists in the party, I can envision an alternate ending for this.
Yeah.
Which was, I went into this fully prepared for the idea that you guys might just be like, what if we just build a mecha and fight
No, I
him with
was
a
thinking
megazord?
about building mech the entire time, but it's like Trell's backstory too compelling.
Yeah.
Too fucking good. You did so fucking good at
Aaron,
setting the
that-
tone.
No, that like legit setting that up was gorgeous. I've got to ask before we move on, how much of that was your writing and how much of that was like how much of that was improv versus writing versus like what? Like what was that pre-written? Because it was gorgeous.
I'll say the everything up to you guys being on screen for the first time was in fact pre-written because
Yeah.
no, I
Yeah.
couldn't claim to be that smooth.
No,
and
no.
pretty with
That was-
everything.
That's-
no,
no.
genuinely, I'm like, this is like
This is really good.
like a
yeah.
movie. This
Yeah.
is like borderline like a show or a movie. The economy of every line of dialogue and scene was so tight. I'm like,
Yeah.
What the fuck is Aram on right now?
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Speaking of movie,
Let me maximize so I can read it.
from Enid, Dr. Vile has a idea for a movie.
So I've got this idea for a movie. I call it Affront to Human Nature.
Ka-chow! And then from Enid, we have, how do you kill insect warlord? Step 1, swatter. Step 2.
Step 2. Step 3, Dr. Vile wins.
Yeah, baby. And then from Enid,
But there's being evil, and then there's just being a jerk, and that's you.
yeah. And then from Lester
Correct.
2020, the secret Marksley booth.
Yeah.
And then from Lester 2020,
Yes.
the car.
The ghost car.
Yeah. And
Crime
then
Alley number 3.
free Italian edition.
Italy.
God, so much car bullshit. And then from Lester 2020, more Marksley
Super
booths.
Marksley booth. I'm digging the sunglasses. It's gonna
I'm
look
so
for
cool.
me.
Oh, and then from VHB, majestic.
Whoa!
Yep. And then from Dr. Shadow, we have a tome. Nice,
Trell.
Trell.
Trell's my fucking boy. I
Yeah.
love that alien so much.
I hope he makes it back before we all die.
That'd
Yeah.
be nice.
Then from Dr. Shadow, yeah. I love the insect wings in the car. It's very thematic.
Perfect.
Oh, and then from Lester 2020,
Ah.
I have the high ground.
I have the high ground.
Yeah. And then from
Oh my
Mushroom,
God.
yeah.
I like that
Look how-
Nabokov's looking at the camera.
Always.
He knows.
Nabokov
comfy
knows.
yeah, look how comfy Nabokov looks.
Yeah, why
So
wouldn't he be?
good.
You know. And then from Behemoth, yeah, Marksley, Michael Brook,
Brothers.
Mike.
Of course.
yeah. And then Dr. Shadow, he's
You're seeing this shit, Scales?
yep. And then from Behemoth, the prognosticator.
The prognosticator, very real.
Maybe later. Oh fuck. Then from Lester 2020,
Oh, there
another
is.
secret booth. Yeah. Oh, and then Agent J Wall. Esther will remember that. Yeah. Yeah, and then from Mushroom.
Oh, that's fucking
The
rad.
fucking boy.
Yeah. And then
Put
BH
way more
Behemoth.
thought than I did into how a praying mantis would hold a katana.
Yeah. Man, it's cool.
Dr. Vile's throwing soup. It's time for launch.
I'm leaking.
It's very funny.
Oh, and BH Behemoth. The worst day of my life.
I'm so happy we all just got to punch the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dunked over and over.
And then from Lemieux.
The delivery on that was so fucking funny.
And then from Lemieux.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone? That's fine.
And then from BH Behemoth.
You are welcome.
Yeah. And then from Lester.
Word of the day: sassy.
Refresh to make sure there's not any scroll. We love scrolling. Yeah, baby. I don't see anything else.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking awesome stuff.
Fucking awesome, man.
Fucking awesome.
That's some really quality. Oh man, love this shit. Really good shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really happy you guys enjoyed it. And I'm happy that I kind of wondered, like, man, maybe I just kind of caught
Oh,
lightning
there's
in
two
a
more,
bottle.
apparently.
People Sorry? Oh,
There's
okay.
two more apparently. Sorry, I'm
That's fine.
just sorry to cut off your final monologue.
I'll just keep running my app while we bring those
Yeah.
up. I kind of wondered whether when I rewatched the Dirge from the Deep while we were screening it, I was like, God, this was so fucking funny and awesome. Maybe I just caught lightning in a bottle with this exact set of players and characters and stuff. But no, yeah, I really liked how this one went as well. I thought we really hit our stride in the second session, and this one was a great finale, thanks to you guys as well.
Yeah, this was seriously wonderful. Here, let me shoot it over to you in the Discord.
Yeah.
Here's one.
Yeah, it was a really good time.
Agent J-Wall. And from Lester 2020.
And trying to figure out a good way to show it, because when I open it up in like a open original, then it's just like it's so big. I'll just let's see. Are there any DMs that okay, there's not any DMs I'll leak from doing this. Okay, fucking go.
Fucking go.
So wait. Yeah, sure, fuck it. Yeah. Through the century, what if? Yeah, Nobukov versus Life Ray. Yeah, a lot of people wanted you to shoot Nobukov with Life Ray.
That's from Agent J-Wall. Yeah, I saw that and I'm like, that would maybe ruin Esther's trust in me literally forever. So I decided not to.
Yeah.
Here, you make Nabokov haunted.
Yeah, I'm not gonna haunt literally Esther's most prized possession. But yes, I was thinking about it.
Yeah. And then Spirit of the Century and Sig Warlords from Mars end credits. Yeah.
Yeah. Car flying at the camera.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Oh, and a
So
free
good.
crouton as well.
And a free crouton.
There you go.
Oh, well, I don't really have much of an ending spiel other than to say thanks everyone for watching and for playing. This was a lot of fun, and maybe there will be more. Probably not anytime super soon. I know what my next couple of commitments are going to be, but I think I may keep coming back to this as a palate cleanser between other things.
Yeah. And if you want to figure out potentially one day what those things might be, you can always check out the Discord, which I would type if someone in chat could type exclamation point Discord, because typing on iPad in a weird angle is hard to do. And then also, if you want to catch the previous episodes and other stuff, we also keep the YouTube updated. If you want to check out the YouTube, subscribe maybe, see all the other shit we're doing there, because we got some big stuff coming, homie. Soon, TM. Kind of. Yeah, so check out there. We out. Woo! That's a wrap, pretty much.
Yeah. If that's all your shills, if anyone else, any of the other players have anything you want to shill here, then feel free to take this opportunity.
I don't have anything to shill, but once again, at the risk of beating a dead horse, thank you again, Aram.
You're welcome. I hope we get to play together again soon to everyone here.
Yes.
All right, then I think we can wrap it up here. I've already said thanks.
Everyone.
So I'll just say goodnight.
Yeah. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
From Mars!